Mama, we made it. What it do though?
Oh man.
Yo,
tell him, Nushi.
We got the family in the building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got an incredible story ready to be just like discussed, told, vibrated with, in motion. You know what I'm saying? We have an incredibly creative and gifted talent and let alone human being. Oof. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome yourselves to Ricardo Emmanuel, a.k.a. Ricky Directs in the Ricky Directs, baby!
Hey, what up, fam?
There it is.
Hey, man, we here. We blessed. We alive.
We are absolutely blessed.
Exactly.
We've been sipping early.
Sipping early, by the way. Hey, yo, it's Friday, though, so it's all good.
I hope everybody, thank God it's Friday. I hope everybody's having a gorgeous motherfucking Friday.
Same. Lord knows I had a beautiful one.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't spend this Friday any other way.
Wow. No, it's a vibe right
You know
now.
what I mean? It's an ultra vibe. And I cannot wait to just like dibble and dabble through the journey of Ricky in the moment. You know what I'm saying?
I'm excited to be here. Thank
Ricky
you guys for having me.
For those of y'all that don't know, what up, Wes?
Ricky Branson, shout out West Cornell.
So Ricky, like, take us to where, see, this is one of the things for me is, you know, in passing, you know, we've run across each other quite a bit.
Yep.
And it kind of just became a thing of like, oh, cool, like, let's get up. And your craft and your being are so tied into one. And I truly, like, look at your kind of journey thus far, even as young as it is, right? Like, you literally, like, taking steps forward,
Yep.
as every creative does, as every just human being does. But, like, the ethos is so clear to me because it's like one of those things for me, it's like I just bond with the fact of like, you know yourself so well, right? You have this demeanor, you have this just energy to you that behind the lens you're able to draw it in. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for that.
A lot of people find comfort in the background, but you have such a your personality is like flowetry to me.
Wow.
You feel me? On some trill shit.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
happy to be back behind this mic.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Give it to him, Nushi.
By the way, this is the first time I ever do this, get asked to do this. So
Love.
this is huge. Thank
Love. It's a fucking honor for us to have you on.
Thank both
for
of you
real,
guys.
for real. Like,
Dude, absolutely, man.
it's a blessing. You know what I mean? And like, this should happen more often. And I'm so glad that like the youth and the culture in general get to hear journeys spoken from said persons to this effect. You know what I'm saying? Because
I co-sign that.
One thing that I feel like we all are like is so easily forgotten. Fuck, we all. It's so easily forgotten is baseline. We're all human beings.
Of course, bro. One of my biggest things that I tell people is like, yo, we all have the same 24 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
we
Bam.
all like, and that's just for people to level down, whether like ego wise or like opportunity wise. Like, there's nothing you can't do that I can't do.
Absolutely.
If you put your mind to it,
Yeah.
you know, like, of course, you know, certain resources are available to other people a lot easier than certain, like, you know, I might not have the same resources Obama got right now, but we still got the same 24.
Shit,
so
but
I need to figure out what I need to do.
Damn well had the same resources you had at y'all's age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, so just
And
to
it's
humble
crazy
yourself,
because
remember
it's
that.
Like, to that point and to that fact, like, imagine so many of us are so focused on what our label is, what our function is. And when we understand that we're all human beings, understanding that we're humans, if the focus was truly internal, it'd be a lot different, right? But like a lot of our focus is, and a lot of our kind of like anxiety to become is what is that we're going to become.
Oh, yeah.
It starts way deeper
It does.
than the surface.
And I tell people all the time, it's more important about the process. For me, at least in the actual result. Shit, I don't even know what the fuck the result is.
Process
you know?
is
But like
everything.
the process is everything. Like, if you were to dedicate the same amount of time, love, effort, energy, whatever it is, to what you want that goal, time after time, that process is going to be worth more than that end result.
1 billion.
At the end of the day.
1 billion.
And you got to trust the process, too.
Of course. And that's where a lot of people, I read something not too long ago where it was like, right when you're about to quit, on whatever it is that you're doing is normally like the tipping point of you achieving that goal or gaining what you want or like whatever it may be. And it's a lot of people get to that point and they quit, and you know, it sucks. And I mean, I've been there thousands of times. I'm there daily with certain stuff, but like, you know, it is what it is.
Also, though, of like trusting the process is just like be curious and believe in it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because like trust the process, I feel like it kind of like makes that barrier of like, wait, what am I trusting? I should know this already.
Yeah, of course.
But the process is teaching you as we go.
Oh, of course. I mean, I'm a man of faith as well, and I say I don't know how, but I know God. You know, and like there's times, man, where stuff boils up and I'm just like, yo, what? Yeah. How? I don't know. And then it all works out, and that's when you got to trust in that process, believe in yourself, because if you quit, no one's going to do for you what you're going to do for yourself. Yeah. Period. Like, and no one's going to have that care for you. At least you would think, but, you know, you got to definitely look out for yourself for sure. 100%.
So I want to take it back to the moment of inception. Where did you come into this world at?
This world? Man, what is this world? Define this world.
Where did you swing up out the womb at? Where were you born?
I was born in the Bronx, New York.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to the city. Shout out to the Yankees one time. Yeah, I was born there. I was born and raised there. Lived there for 13 years. Little bro was born. We still live there.
What part of the Bronx?
Right. It was 174 University, if you're familiar with the area. It's like the bridge that connects you to Washington Heights.
Oh, yeah.
It's like right there. Yankee Stadium's like 5 minutes away.
Yep.
But yeah, at 13, my little sister was born, and my parents were like, yo, it's time for quote unquote better life. Yeah. We're going to move to Florida.
Wow. Before I'm gonna literally
there was a lot of life before.
Literally, I just hit the mental to be continued. You know what I'm saying? The dot that y'all got. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we'll get there. What was it like growing up as a kid in the Bronx? Like, what was that life like for you?
I mean, I wouldn't take it back. It was definitely a very interesting upbringing, to say the least. You know, we weren't in the best areas, like financially we weren't the best of the best, but we were good, you know, for the most. Like I always got what I wanted type of shit.
You
like,
had
family every Christmas, you know, my parents never failed to like provide, you know. Right. But nonetheless, like project buildings neighboring around. Yeah. And, not the best of areas, but it was cool. My parents, like, we would go out in the weekend to Jersey normally, or like upstate New York every weekend as a family. I spent every single summer in DR, Dominican Republic, which is like the best thing for a kid that's surrounded by four walls.
Are you Dominican?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So both my parents are Dominican, first generation American. But yeah, like it was super tight. Like just that's every incredible. Summer going to grandma's house, learning how to speak Spanish, which is cool. Something that I obviously is needed today and day, but I take
culture.
Pride in such culture, bro. Like I experienced stuff that. Like, I told myself, hopefully I'm able to provide that for my kids. Like, absolutely. I'd love to be able to get my parents a home in their motherland so my kids can go every summer the same way I do. Like, I was flying since 2 years old, like, Dolo.
That's insane. Like, Dolo.
Back then they just put you with the stewardess.
With the flight,
yeah. Just hang with the stewardess, but it was super tight, man. I learned a lot those years, and I'll never take it back. For sure.
What type of kid were you?
I was very much an introvert, and I still kind of am. Nowadays, I consider it, shout out Kendrick Lamar, he said extroverted introvert.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're almost forced to network and, you know, kind of have this like, hey, what's up? Like, yo, you know, you introduce yourself and all that fun stuff. But in reality, like, I suffer from like anxiety and like places like that. Like, I'm not the best at it. As a kid, I definitely was like, the only cousin who wouldn't be dancing at like family functions and like knockout at 9 because just like I wasn't really with it, and I was just kind of always to myself, away from the fams.
Was it hard for you as a, like, you know what's crazy about like childhood also is that like so much of it is so free to us. Like the child's mind is such an open canvas that like these experiences, like, it's not like we're adults now when we look at them with such weight.
Oh, yeah.
Right? We're just like, damn, like, you, at that time, looking back, you're like, damn, I just was like such an introverted kid.
Of course.
Right? And especially in an area like New York and the Bronx.
Yeah.
To be an introvert, like when you're introverted, I feel like that community, those four walls, as you spoke, would box an introvert all the way in.
More than anything. And I was an only child for about like 7-8 years, I want to say, until my little bro was born. So my parents spent their days working, as you know any normal parent would, the 9 to 5, and my pops is like hustle man, so like I would rarely see him, and I spent a lot of time to myself, but it was cool. I found my own little like way. I'd like read a lot and shit. Like when I saw your Dr. Seuss books up there, like that shit brought me back OD memories, like How I Met Your Mother. I think like that, like it was like a fucking book that he did, and I don't know, nostalgic shit.
What would like? Did you have like childhood aspirations? Like, were you like as you were kind of formulating like?
Well, my mother has always worked at the hospital.
Okay.
And she, you know, kind of instilled that was the route that I kind of had to take.
Really?
To be able to be successful, and it's something that till date, you know, we still have those. I wouldn't want to say arguments, but those debates about like what I should be doing versus what I am doing. Yeah. And so like I guess I wanted to be a doctor.
Word.
Really weird, but like my pediatrician was like super cool dude. So I always spent time with him because my mom worked at that same hospital.
Got you.
So I kind of like looked up to him in that way. Like, well, he's cool and he still does this. So like, I guess it'd be cool for me to be a doctor.
Yeah.
But nah.
I feel you.
Yeah, it just I feel like once I hit like 4th, 5th grade, I started having more of an opinion for myself, whether it was from the first albums that I bought with my own money to like my friends and like my environment. Like you are a product of your environment.
Absolutely.
I feel that way. So no one around me was a doctor.
Yeah.
Not saying that I was aspiring to be what people around me were, because I'm pretty sure you can imagine what that was, but nonetheless, like I just knew that like I wasn't trying to take that typical route.
Off
like,
top.
Yeah.
Who were you becoming then?
I feel like at that point, especially once my little brother, once my brother was born, him being another boy, it was pretty cool to like be an older bro. Yeah. So I felt this like I gotta like prove myself kind of thing, whether it be in school or like I stopped lying to my mom once my little brother was born.
So you kind of became like a role model.
Yeah. So like, and I'll never forget it, like how and why I stopped lying to my mom. But like, it was because of, she told me like, this is the example you want to set for him.
Wow.
And I was just like, damn, like
it sunk in.
It sunk in. And then my little sister was born, and like it was kind of weird because like I was probably like I said, 12, 13, and like all the attention went to her, and the only girl, and daddy's princess, and like what went from like Ricky the firstborn, the junior, went to like Luna, the fucking admiration of his eyes, and like
the princess,
you know, and till date it's still like that, which is it's cool with me now. But like we got our first like home computer, like a Dell, like the ones with the back on it.
Oh yeah,
like, and I was the one setting it up. Like I've always been super techie with it, and my mom was like, "Oh, we gotta pick a name for the computer," and I was like, "Tight, like Ricky, duh." And she was like, "No, Luna." And like I remember vividly like that memory. Like I was crying. I was like, "Yo, like y'all don't love me no more." Like,
wow.
So when she was born, I kind of felt like I didn't know really kind of what to do, and then we moved to Florida, and that just completely changed my life. I'll be honest with you.
Did you have a tight community in the Bronx? Because thinking of leaving that for Florida at what you said, 13?
Yeah,
that's a pivotal age.
That's what really
man.
sucked. It wasn't even just like all of my family till date lives in New York. Cousins, like best cousins, like almost sister cousin, you know, like that kind of thing.
And also like the Dominican culture too in New York. Like it's super
Dominican culture out there. Yeah. That's what I was gonna get to as far as like community wise, like. My building, everyone was my aunt and uncles, and you're talking about like an 8-story building with tons of apartments. Like everyone knew everyone. Like you couldn't do wrong because someone would know and like would tell like your mom, like, "Yo, I saw Fulanito over here, like messing around with the wrong with the wrong homie. Like he probably shouldn't be doing that." So like those things would come into life, you know. Till date, I go back and I go knocking like apartment by apartment, and like I see their kids who had kids, and like it's just crazy. But the community was real knit, like tight knit, and we moved to Miami, and it was just a 180.
Wait, why'd you move to Miami?
My little sister was born. My dad felt he didn't want to raise his daughter in New York anymore. Like he just wanted better for us. And now that I look back, like I thank that man 1,000%, because Lord knows the man that I would have been, or even my siblings, let alone my sister, had we been living in the neighborhood that I was raised in, that I was bred in. So I'm super happy. Like I got quality of living going to Florida. I learned how to swim like at 13, 14, 15 or whatever it was. I had a pool in my backyard. Like I learned how to drive at 15. I got my license at 15, or my permit or whatever it was.
I mean, it's an age where you're becoming. And
it was super cool, because I was like really finding out who I was, and I was living experiences that like my cousins back home till date haven't lived. Like don't know how to swim, or don't know how to drive a car, don't have a license. So there was a lot of things that I would take for granted, I guess I would say, because I was mad at the fact that we did move. Like, damn, I'm not with my cousins, or the whole.
We all do though.
My mindset, I knew that like I was into like the artsy stuff. Like I've been into like like shout out Pharrell, like been putting me on, like Kid Cudi. Like I've been into stuff that I knew that a lot of kids weren't into. Living in Florida, which has, where I was living in Orlando, is like bare minimum of culture. For the culture that we know, the culture that like pays my bills. So like I knew that like this is good for now, but come me being a quote unquote man and being able to support myself, I need to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do. Absolutely. And is that go back to New York, or adventure off into wherever it takes me, which here we are. Yeah.
Was it a culture shock? And what was that like going from the Bronx to Florida?
Going from the Bronx
to Orlando.
To
Orlando.
Well,
I shout out to Disney World.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. So we moved from the Bronx to Miami first. My parents bought a house. I thought, like I said, it was super cool. Like my parents purchased a home that they got to build from ground up. Like we were the first people to live in that house.
Amazing.
So we moved to Miami, right next door to my aunt.
Cool.
So like they both bought houses, and I thought it was, well, at least I have my cousins from Miami to like be cool with. We were kind of around the same age. But then it just came down to the point where my mom just really was not fucking with Miami. Like at all. Like I remember hearing arguments that I was like, damn, like this might be it for my parents, you know? Like my mom saying stuff like, I'm gonna go back, like I'm gonna take, I'm taking the kids, like we don't belong here. Like
did she work in another hospital there?
She tried to, but it just wasn't happening. Like she was out of a job for like 4 months, and for a woman like my mother, that's insane. Like my mom is like one of the most hardworking people I've ever met, the American way, which is crazy because she came out here at like 15, 16.
Wow.
So like she is my role model in the sense of like she fucking went to college.
Isn't it wild how
with me there? So like, no, what were you gonna say?
No, but like this like sidebar asterisk on that is that like it's crazy to me like the strength of the immigrant family.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like the come to America for the American dream.
It's insane, man.
Right? And like what they go through. And the dedication that they have to making it work in a foreign land. You know what I'm saying? It's like us going to fucking Denmark right now and being like, I'm gonna start a life with a family.
Well, you know,
a family.
Yeah, that's the crazy part is like, do you have kids?
I do not.
Okay, so none of us have kids,
thankfully.
Yeah, but think about how hard life is now without kids, and we grew up here,
bro. Prime example. Shout out to my mom's like 19, had me at 19. I'm 24 right now, and I can like one of the things that my mother would tell me is like, I just pray that you make it past 19 without a kid.
Wow.
Because that's what I did, and not that like I don't love you more than life itself, but like. There's so much more to it.
It's different.
It's different now, bro. Yeah. And like I'm blessed to be able to say that like at 24, I can tell my mom that like, yo, at least I don't have, like. Yeah. But nonetheless, she just wasn't rocking with Miami. So she started applying to some jobs in Orlando. She got a really great job at where she still works at the hospital.
Oh, wow.
In Orlando. We had another aunt who lived in Orlando too. So
shout out to the extended family tree,
right?
You got.
Yo,
like, you know what I'm saying? But that's that New York to Florida.
It really
shit.
is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
We kind of just, my parents met halfway, mom and dad, and pops was like, "Yo, like I feel you, but like I don't want my kids in New York." And mom's was like, "Well, I'm not really rocking with Miami," so we packed our shit up, lived in Miami for like a year and a half, and we moved to Orlando, where they still live at until today.
What about your friends?
Where, Miami or
just everywhere, man?
I feel like, once I left New York, it was really hard for me to make friends. And me being the introverted kid that I was, like I was, first of all, everything, the fashion, the music, the culture from New York going to Miami. Granted, I was in like 6th, 7th grade, but like still like I was complete opposite of what everyone else was. Yeah. So I was already looked at as like an outcast. And I wasn't fucking with that. Like 6th, 7th grade, I remember it was like the wackest years ever.
How are you so different?
Just the way that you gotta live in South Florida for you to know. I mean, now looking back at it, like I really appreciate that culture, but like it's a whole different culture.
For sure.
Like from the music to the way that they dress, their influences.
It's literally a
like,
complete fucking 180.
I knew homies like at 6th, 7th grade with permanent grills like in their teeth, like permanent golds in their teeth, and like I wasn't dressing like that, you know, like I was complete opposite, like rocking like Polo Ralph Lauren, like all the homies were rocking like 3XL long tees, like with the grills and the fitteds.
You stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, like I did, and I was like, I've always been like a real skinny dude, so like I was just in my own world type of shit in Miami, damn near. And then when we moved to Orlando, I started 8th grade, and then it just kind of sucked because everything that I was supposed to do with all my friends from New York, which was do middle school and then go to the high school together. I didn't
that bond.
So when I finally went to high school, which was in Orlando, Florida, after 1 year of living there, all the homies that I met, like we were like acquaintances. It wasn't really like friends because they already had their friends from lifelong times, and like, they were already ready and hyped to go to high school. Yeah. So when it came to high school, like I didn't know what to expect. And I went to like the cliche, like American movie high school with like 3,700 kids and like soccer team, football team, swimming team, like the whole nine. And coming from New York, I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, what do you mean we got a lacrosse team? Like, what the fuck is lacrosse? Like, it was a bunch of shit that I was just like not accustomed to. And like, we made it work, but yeah.
No, it's interesting. Like friends are such a pivotal part of growing up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, finding like
100%.
out who you're with. You know, I think about my friends. You think about your friends. It's like such a tight knit. And at that age, it's so important.
Oh yeah.
You know,
and it's one of those things where it's like, you know, being the new kid, right? And especially like with an introverted sensibility,
of course,
right? It's like super hard, and it's also like a complete 180 in culture.
It is,
right? Like New York, wild. Like you seeing everything there. You toughened up, right? And then you come down here to like, you know, Floridian values.
Yeah, man. Like I was at a place where like, like me being as small and as skinny as I was, like people like still respected me off the fact that I lived where I lived. You know, like don't look twice. Like he will launch off on you. You know, and going to Florida and having that like complete change and having to respect other people's ways of doing things. Like I was a little hothead, you know. I was from the Bronx. Like I was like, yo, come at me, bro. Like we'll see what's good.
Yeah, step the fuck up.
At the end of the day, I know what I could do. Yeah. So like you better come correct. And like knowing how to find that balance of chill. Yeah. Because you gotta like make friends with these people and hopefully they can show you around and then you make lifelong friends. But I didn't spend too much time in Miami, so that Miami was just like a blink of an eye for me when I look back at like memories and shit. But Orlando is definitely like what I rep when I talk about Florida.
What were your interests during that time? Like what were you into? Like
I got my first digital camera in 8th grade. Shout out to my pops for Christmas. I told him that's what I wanted. He got me that, and I've always, so my mom was super heavy into taking photos. I fucking hated it. I still do. Like I hate being in pictures.
The mom photos. I feel you.
And not even just the mom photos. Like I hate being in photos. Like I feel so awkward. Maybe it's because like I was quote unquote meant to be a photographer behind the lens, but like I just hate photos. So my mom would express the importance of capturing memories because it's all we're gonna have once everything is said and gone. So she'd make it huge, and like back then you would develop pictures and like you'd have physical, tangible items of memories to like look back on.
Yeah.
So I got my first camera in like around 8th grade. I was into that, and definitely just heavy into like basketball and baseball. I played baseball until like since I could walk until like I was in 9th grade.
What position did you play?
I was pitching for a bit, and I just wasn't rocking with that, so I switched off to second base and pretty much played that until like 10th grade. Then I fell in love with girls and traded the sport.
I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah, my dad was like super hot because like obviously like for Dominicans especially, like, baseball's huge. But I was playing since I was a little kid, so I was decently good, you know. And he was like, yo, what the fuck, you don't want to, like, my dad was like my coach.
Oh, okay. I feel that.
Like he was like the coach at the squad, like 10th grade.
Yeah,
like,
with MLB dreams type shit.
Yeah, you know, like, come on, let's go. Yeah. Like, chill, the homies don't even really rock with you, but
For real. For real.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like high school is such a like developmental period in our first brushes with our own independence, right? Like naturally, like there's like the high school shit, and it's like it's crazy how when you like live life, you look back on high school and you're like, wait, what? Like be like all the popular kids are literally like still in the same neighborhood, like having babies, married at 22.
Yo,
like what the fuck happened to you,
Facebook.
money? Like what happened to you, B? You know what I'm saying?
It's weird.
Yeah, for real. In high school, you was a man, homie.
It's crazy to even think, bro, because it's such a fact. Like I said, like don't go on Facebook, but I'll go on Facebook.
For real.
And no shame to the homies who decided to like start families like super young and do that, because whether it was an accident or not, they manned up enough to be able to continue it. But
Absolutely,
man, traveling the last year, as much as I've traveled, like, if there's one thing I can recommend to anybody, is get out of your hometown.
Yeah,
whether it be for a vacation, whether it be for like a leap of faith and you want to move, like there's so much more to life.
So much.
Than what society tries to tell you is meant for you.
For sure.
And no matter your situation, whether you had the kid at 20 or you had the, you know, like whatever you're going through, like just please explore this world.
It
like
humbles
so
you
much
very quickly.
Yeah.
Humbles you so quickly, man. So quickly.
Who are you becoming during that time? Like just like on some like in the words of you know what I'm saying? Like what was high school like?
High school for me, bro, I don't know if you've ever heard the term like fear of God, but for me it was fear of mom. So like,
wow,
I was that kid who I graduated senior year high school, all 12 years of school, like never got a detention. Like never got suspended, never got ISS, OSS, none of that. Just because like moms was not having that.
Yeah.
Never see nothing less than a B-, you know, like
I feel you.
Senior class vice president, you know, like I could not disappoint, you know. Just because they provided so much, and at the same time, like your parents do get to your like your skull, but we all know that we're influenced by our homies, but even the homies were like, you know, doing certain things that I wanted to partake in, and I would be around it.
Off top.
I would, you know, be contact around it.
Yeah.
But like I wouldn't do that because that wasn't approved in my home. That isn't approved in my home. So like I was that kid who like by the book, like legit. And I didn't find myself, quote unquote, until after I graduated high school. Yeah. I started working for Apple.
What was it like in that environment for you? Because like it's crazy, like thinking back as kids, like so much shit that our parents tell us, right? Like moms want to be the mom,
of course.
Dads want to be the dad, right? But then you like looking back, it's crazy to even think about the fact that like you understand how you see now with us growing up how they were trying to balance it at that point, right? But at the same time, it's like we don't get it then until we've lived, right? How do you feel that shaped you in terms of just like your inner being foundationally living through the fear of mom?
I wouldn't have changed it for the world, bro.
You goddamn right.
Just because, like, at the end of the day, it made me the man that I am. Like, sure. I have good morals. I live by good faith. Like, I make decisions. I've found myself in situations where moms would not approve, but
and shout out to moms for that. It
sounds contradicting, but like I went in it with good faith.
For sure.
I didn't go in it with, like somebody told me to do something.
She gave you a backbone.
My mom's biggest thing was don't do what your friends tell you to do.
Wow.
If you're going to do some shit, do it because you want to do it. No matter what it is, you know.
Hey, how,
and I took that to the head. So
no, but how crazy is that mind fuck?
It's
because
insane,
it's not rebellious anymore.
It's not. So it's like you're telling me I could do it if I want to do it.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, but like, man, I always catch myself giving the advice my parents gave me to the homies.
Off top.
And like I said, I don't have any kids, but my parents always say like, well, when you have kids, you'll know.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that we'll quote unquote know.
Yeah.
I feel like I got a good 45 to like 60% insight in that already because of how I was raised.
Facts.
Without a kid. Just because like
you appreciate the parental structure.
On top.
You know what I'm
like
saying?
We need the guidance.
Off top.
Yo, I call my mom today.
And bro, shout out
like
to
asking her about some life advice. Like
present parents, bro.
Just because I was like, yo, like I'm tripping. I feel like my mom would guide me in the right way real quick. Like let me call her, and she like guided me in the right way.
I remember like rolling out with the homies, like, and they were all smoking weed at the time. And even in high school, like I didn't start smoking weed till college, but
same.
They'd be out
smoking.
You know what's crazy? It's not sorry, mom, for me, because my mom literally was on that, like, if you do drugs, this would kill me. My God, all that vibe. And then literally when I graduated college, I went back home for our little celebration. And my stepdad was like, Anush, you want to roll the joint? Bro, I looked at my mom on some like, is this a setup? She said, yes, roll the joint. First time.
I feel like I have a bunch of homies and I've like smoked with a bunch of like parents of like homies, but like I feel like I would never be able to do that with my parents, even if they were to be like,
I feel you.
Even if they were to be like, just because I'd feel like it's a setup. Like you're still gonna like my mom.
Like that fear of mom is deep.
My mom still be dropping like,
man, I feel the
like
same
sneak
way.
disses. Like she will. Like I went home in April for 3 weeks because I rarely go home. I went home in April for 3 weeks, just chilling on the couch, like family time, you know, whatever. And something comes up on the news, like, yeah, this just in, like,
this just in.
Weed just, and my mom just starts going off, you know, like, you see, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, and I gotta sit there like, yeah, mom, you're right, like, you know.
Hey, bro, shout out to my stepdad Morteza, like, bro, like his freewheeling, like, token ass literally just like set the stage. Like my mom would hit it. Is just start laughing. Like from that point forward, it was like that. But as a kid, it was like, because I feel like our parents, and especially like the present parents, and especially like the immigrant parents that are like, okay, we need to build. It's so much emphasis put on child. We need to build them to be ready to conquer this world.
Of course,
and do better than us.
Real talk, bro. The American dream is built by the immigrant parent.
For real,
real talk. Like
for real, it is.
Off top,
that's
like
what
they're the ones busting
about.
Ass and working, and like making sure that their kids like are good.
Yes, they make the pot melt. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
You know, like my dad is my fucking role model off that strength. That till day, like he's a businessman and an entrepreneur, and the only thing he tells me is like, make sure you invest in yourself. Like you could work for whoever, but make sure like at the end of the day, you got something that like you can leave a legacy with.
Absolutely.
Whatever that may be.
What'd your dad do just like to get into that dynamic between your mom and dad?
Like I said, mom works at the hospital. She does like management for like the doctors and stuff like that. She's like way up there right now. I wouldn't even be able to tell you her title because it changes like every 3 months. Shout out to her.
Shout out to mama.
Mom sent me $100 because she said she got a raise.
Hey,
shout out to mom.
Mamito.
Right. But my dad has always been an entrepreneur. He used to own a bodega in New York. My grandfather and him used to run a liquor store in Paterson, New Jersey. And since I was like 5 years old, my dad has sold used cars. So he's been in the like car dealership business, and he currently owns 2 car dealerships in Orlando, Florida.
Shout out to the hustle.
So the whips is there if you need them. Holla.
Hey, believe that.
But yeah, so Pops has always taught me to like work for yourself.
Yeah.
And
so that was ingrained in you.
Yeah, and it was super tough just because as me being a junior, the first son, like my father wants till date me to take over that business, and we got in a lot of like head bumping just because of the fact that like it's not what I want to do. Like I respect it 100%, and I've been able to contribute to that business as much as I can, whether it be me shooting cars when I'm in town just to like have him be happy that I'm helping out in some way, even though I don't shoot cars. It's not what I want to do. Whether it be like pressuring my little bro to help him out the same way I helped him out. Like I try to contribute the way I can, but he knows that at the end of the day, like Ricky's not about to take over the car dealership business.
I'm sure he smiles at like the independence of Ricky though.
You know what? I think it goes back to also that immigrant mindset of like, it's like bittersweet, bro. Like I know that they're proud, but they don't support as much as you would think, or as much as people think, but they're my dad for sure, like he voices that. My mom's never been the type to voice her emotion, so like I've known that, and like we communicate in the way we communicate, but Pops like for sure like talks proud of me, which I'm happy about. But like I told myself after April that this year I was like, yo, I'm not going back home until I can like show them or give them something, whatever that is. Like,
you know what I think it is also though, like kudos to our parents, because I get that now, and I dealt with that so much in my 22 to 27, right? Of like, what the fuck, you got a scholarship to one of the best business schools in the nation, and you're working in rap music,
man.
And you're not getting paid. Like their thought is come out of that school and get a great job. Right?
Real talk.
And a motherfucker's coming out of that school and like paying his dues. And being wavy with it and all that. But it's one of those things where I truly feel like baseline, it's just that they want like the best that they want for us is literally just like independence, security.
Hell yeah.
And at the end of the day, bro, like our parents, like even like my mom, like I come from my mom is a fucking thug, and my dad is as well, but my mom is a breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? My mom winning the Kentucky Derby like off rip, like thuggish shit, right? And at 18, I got cut off, which I thank God every day. But my mom was on the elk of, we raised you, and I've been the mom. Now it's your time to go shine. All I ever want from my son is for him to be happy, healthy, and able to live independently.
Real talk.
Right? And for those immigrant parents, the jobs and the careers that they see, and in their world is doctor, lawyer, businessman, blah, 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 blah. Even entrepreneur is like a little like, ooh, but it can make sense, right?
Nah.
But at the end of the day, we all have to find ourselves. And like so much love and appreciation to the parents that, whether they understand or they don't, build up the kids with those values, because at the end of the day, be like, you wouldn't be able to do what you do, and we're going to get there, but you wouldn't be able to do what you do without that foundational element. Without that care to your lineage. Without that like sight of, I need to show them that what they've done makes sense. It may not make sense to you now, right? But it will make sense.
That's
for sure.
Man, and something that my mom always like, she'll just like chuckle or laugh or be like, damn, you got me, is when I say like, yo, but like, you made me who I am. At the end of the day, you know? So like, I get it. But like the reason I am stubborn with what I'm stubborn for, and why I'm so proud and protective over what I know is gonna like eventually put you in a better situation and the family in a better situation, is because you raised me this way. You raised me to tell even or tell you like, yo, chill. Like I'm a grown ass man. Like relax. You know? I respect your word. I respect you, but I'm gonna do what I gotta do because this is my life at the end of the day.
For sure.
And that's a tough thing to do. Like, especially when your parents, because both your parents, your mom wants you to go into medical, your dad wants you to take over the business. You have to have a certain amount of like courage or self-confidence to to say no, because it's so easy to kind of please your parents and respect that and honor that, right? Of course. They came here, they worked their ass off to provide for you, and they want you to like carry the torch almost. So what do you think it was in you that kind of just pulled back and had that self-confidence to say to yourself, like, I still need to be true to who I am. And as risky as that is, and you may not even have known what that might be.
Yeah.
But to continue on that path. Man,
looking back at it, fucking high school, senior year, New Year's, which was 2011. That was the year I graduated high school. And I was in Miami with the fams that I told you my aunt like lived next door to us or whatever. We went down from Orlando to Miami to go celebrate New Year's with them. Yeah. Like I said, I mentioned briefly, I was senior class vice president. We like planned this like New Year's rage for 2011 class. And I had to be there, but like I also had the fams. So like my mom saw how much that meant to me that she was like, you know what? We're going to head back on the 31st. That was literally my first like drunk blackout.
Oh, wow.
Fuck Ciroc, by the way. But that was literally my first drunk blackout. Like I said, I didn't do shit that all the homies were doing, so I didn't know how to handle a lot of stuff. Wow. So somebody handed me a bottle, I started swigging. Yeah. On an empty stomach. And you're on an empty stomach, like you were talking about earlier.
And I'm sure you did the thing where like you take a swig, you're like, I don't feel drunk yet.
Yeah.
After 10 seconds, you're like, oh, it hasn't hit me yet.
All I remember was like Ciroc bottle in hand, blue dot, and swigging, and shorty next to me, and I wake up. Like all I remember that, and then the next memory was me waking up. Yo, this is one of the scariest things in life right here. Waking up, looking at the bed sheets and being like, fuck, that's not my bed. Where the fuck am I? What happened? Yeah. What? Since that day, I knew my limit of drinking. Well, yeah. But I felt like that was the day that I became myself because, yo, like I told you, my parents are super conservative and like by the book, like immigrant ass parents. Like, yo, police was called. Missing person like filings were made. Like 5 hours gone. Like 5 hour fucking Ricky was gone. Like, yo, Ricky's dead in a ditch.
Yeah.
Like,
you didn't come home that night.
Phone blown up. So imagine like me pulling up into my fucking gated community. The gates open. I'm pulling in and I see 3 cop cars leaving my community. And I'm like, holy shit. Oh my. The homies are here for me. Like, wow. My clothes were wet. I pulled up to the fucking crib. My mom they were crying because they were happy to see me and see me alive. It sounds fucked up, like laughing at it. But like, and I talked about it to them not too long ago. I was like, yo, like, you need to understand, like, that was the first time I ever got drunk. Like, chill, you know? But that was the day I became kind of my own person just because that spiraled, that situation spiraled to my parents trying to investigate a lot in my life. And it so happens to be that my best friend at the time, he got caught up smoking weed and he blamed it on me.
Wow. What a fuck boy.
What a fuck boy, right? He was like, yo, like I was with Ricky, like Ricky was doing it. But the thing is that the boy didn't smoke weed. So like my defense was, yo, drug test me. Let's run it. I'll go right now.
Off rip.
Drug test me.
Yeah.
So my parents saw the confidence in me.
Yeah, they knew.
Enough to be like, yo, I know what you did was stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
But if like this kid got caught up doing what he got caught up doing and is trying to throw it on you and you're manning up enough to be like, nah, I'm going to take responsibility for what I did in getting drunk, but I don't smoke no motherfucking weed.
Right.
We respect you.
Yeah.
And that was the day my dad like,
and that's that parental instinct.
Yeah,
they're just like,
pops,
oh, okay.
Yeah, I felt like my pops like gave me like that verification of like, yo, I got like you a man. Like I see you, you know? And yeah. As I hit the joint.
For real. In coming out of high school, did you have an idea of what you wanted to do? What was your exit from high school like? And where was your head at in that space? Because a lot of kids are thinking college, this, that, and the other.
Of course. Mentally, I always lived in Los Angeles, California. I don't know.
Did you ever like come here before?
Never.
Really?
Never.
Wow.
What was
really?
What was the thought of that?
Rocket power? I'm trying to like think.
No, but why LA? Like what inspired LA?
I felt like LA, I don't know. Like I would study the internet, you know, at the time, and like everything came from LA. Culture as we knew it because, you know, this generation, my generation at least, like, no matter where you live, like, geographically, like, we all live on the internet. So, like, for me, that was kind of like my guidebook, rule book, how to do certain things, what not to do, what to wear, what not to wear, what to listen to, what's going on, what's not. So no matter of me not living in a certain place, I was able to tap into that culture. And I would tap into the New Yorks, I would tap into the Miamis, I would tap into the Londons, I would tap into Tokyos. But every time I tapped into LA, it just, like, all my favorite artists, like, musically, artistically, everyone would come from LA. Mm-hmm. So 2014 came around, and I visited out here, Cinco de Mayo, with a group of friends for my first time ever.
You guys just did like a friend trip?
Yeah, we were like, yo, fuck it. Like, at the time I was working at Apple, you know, I was still living at home. So, like, money was chill. I was, like, saving up and shit for whatever move I was going to make. Didn't know what it was.
Side tangent, what were you doing at Apple?
I was a genius at the Genius Bar.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you go to college?
I went to community college for a semester.
And when did you decide it wasn't
fuck this
for you?
shit. This is for the birds.
Yeah.
I need to at least do school. If I'm going to do school, I'm going to do art school. Did that for a year for web development. Then I switched it after 2 semesters. I did visual communications. And I was like, there's no way in hell someone's going to teach me how to be creative, how to take a photo, how to, like, you can teach certain...
Can I take it back to what, like, that bug of wanting to be creative was, and when that kind of came to for you?
I think for me, it was being able to, like I said, I was an introvert. I wasn't able to express myself verbally. And my way of doing so at the time was either photo or video.
Got it.
So I was trying to find a way to please my parents while at the same time fuel my energy and myself. So I thought art school was the next best thing.
Good thing.
And I went into that depth and noticed quickly, like, all art school is resources. Yeah. So they'll provide you the top equipment, the top programs, the top library sources, the structure of it all. But, like, bro, can't no one tell you how to, like, take a photo or, like, I'm good, or, like, do anything. So, like, I dropped out. I just felt like I saw my student loans for those couple semesters, and I was like, holy shit, like, the money I'm taking out to go to school, I can take out and, like, fund a business.
Bam. Shout out to Pops right there, the entrepreneurial spirit.
And I was like, yo, hold on. Because at the end of the day, like, my parents are like, yo, we're going to pay for school.
Got it.
But, like, am I really going to let you pay for school?
Yeah.
No. Or at least that's my goal. Like, you know,
right,
so
right.
It's not like you're taking the loans out in your name. Like, these loans are still coming out in my name. So at the end of the day, Ricky the one that's going to have to end up paying them no matter what.
But Ricky took responsibility.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, school's always going to be there. It was around the same time I was planning to take the trip out here, which was for Cinco de Mayo, like I said. So that semester, that spring semester, I didn't sign up. Planned the trip with the homies, came out here, Cinco de Mayo 2014, stayed at an Airbnb in Los Feliz in the hills, and we didn't do a damn thing. Like, we did the little touristy shit, like go to Santa Monica and Venice, but a majority of the time that was spent was at the home, smoking, drinking, vibing.
Just like little vacation vibes.
You know, trying to just find the feel for what it was in LA, but I just spent my time out in the balcony, being surrounded by the hills, like encaved in hills, and I was like tripping because all I've ever seen living in New York was buildings around me. And Florida's flat as fuck. Like, the highest elevation is shit. So, like, I've never seen mountains and stuff like that.
Been on hills.
So I'm tripping out. Like, yo, there's houses on hills. Like, what?
Wild.
And home is where the heart is, I guess. A month later, I packed my shit up in the car and moved across country, haven't looked back.
Did you have a vision for, like, what you would do coming out here?
I was blessed with Apple. So this is why I feel like things are meant to be. So I came out and I visited Cinco de Mayo. My whole mindset was I'm going to visit the school that I want to go to, which at the time was FITM for visual communications. That was my mindset. Like, I'm going to come out, still try to please my parents, let them know this is the purpose of me coming out was for school, whatever. I visited the school, did all that, saw the money. I was like, y'all bugging. Y'all so bugging right now.
For what?
I was fortunate enough that I was full-time at Apple for almost 3 years. They were paying for school. Because like I didn't get financial.
Really?
Another reason why school for me was like a no-no is because, like I said, my parents were paying out of pocket. Even though they were down, I was like, I need to pay back.
Yeah.
I didn't get financial aid. So Apple was also paying for school. So I was blessed in that sense. So I was like, yo, cool. I'm going to try and transfer with Apple. So I went to the Grove and I was like, yo, can I speak to a manager? They're like, why? I was like, I work here. Like, let me just speak to a manager. Like, all right, cool. Lady comes out. We're talking, yo, where you from? Oh, yeah, I work at Florida Mall. What? Like, her instant response, like,
stop.
Do you know Alyssa? Like, chill. That's
stop.
Like my favorite manager. She's like, yo, me and Alyssa just did training, like, last month.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, fucking wow. Well, look at God, you know? And I'm like, yo, tight. So, like, Shorty didn't even, like, vet me. She was like, yo, you know Alyssa?
Off rip.
Like, what you trying to do? When you trying to come out here? I was like, yo, I'll stay. I'll fuck around and stay. Like, put me on tomorrow. I'm here. She's like, well, we're going to have openings coming up for your position soon. Like, da-da-da-da-da. Go back home, talk to your management, make it happen. Cool. I go back home, talk to Alyssa. Like, yo, you won't believe who I am. She's like, what? I was like, listen, like, I didn't plan for this to all happen as quick as it is. But, like, I feel like this is God telling me you need to get the fuck out of Orlando and go over there. Like, you're going to have a secure job, a great job. Apple changed my life. Apple made me not an introvert. It made me a people person. Like, it made me appreciate people. Like,
awesome.
Elaborate on that. Like take us through that, like the throes of that.
Dude, like,
because you were at Apple for a minute. Like, bro, this allegiance didn't come like.
They're what we call internal customer, which is an employee, the same way they will treat an external customer, which is a consumer.
Yeah.
So, like, they would treat me as a customer would be treated, and we treat customers great, if not even better. So benefits were, like I said, they were paying for my school.
Yeah, that's huge.
You know, dental, all the work.
You were like,
bro,
I ride with y'all.
Dog, I was 21 years old working at Apple, making more money than like grown-ass men, you feel me? Like, that lived in Orlando. So I was like, yo, this is the best of both worlds. Like, I'm still going to school. They're paying for school.
Yeah.
Then I took the trip out here, and I was like, wait, I could do all that and live in L.A.?
Yeah.
We out. So
you already had Californication.
I was like, yo, I'm out on this date. She's like, cool. I did my first art show in Orlando as my goodbye, where I exhibited photos and videos and a whole bunch of other shit. And at the end of it all, I was like, yo, thank you guys for all coming out. You guys mean a lot to me. I'm leaving next week. Peace. And I took my interview for Apple at the Grove on, like, going through, like, Colorado. I remember I was driving through Colorado. Me and my, like, best friend and his girl who moved out here. And I interviewed, and they were like, cool, like, when you get here, like, we'll do an in-person interview. So, like, they vetted me over the phone. That passed. I met in person. That passed. And I remember being on top of Runyon, literally at the tippy toppy, looking at this fucking city, like,
the tippy toppy with it though.
Fuck. And I get a call, like, oh shit. I pick up. It's like, yo, it's so and so from Apple at the Grove. Like, we want to extend the position to you. Like, I know you don't want to work full time. We're gonna give you part time with all your same benefits, more pay. Run it. And I'm like, yo, this shit's meant to be.
For
like,
real.
Yo, we here. Like,
for real.
Bet. And this is like a week into me being in LA.
What was the run of emotions from, okay, I want to, like, we're going to go play by play with this, right? I want to know what the run of the emotions was, like, after the fact that you decided to yourself that you were going to do it. Like, that fuck it moment, and then the packing up and going. Right? Yeah. I want to know what the emotions were, because, like, and even, like, bringing up, like, okay, you want to do part-time. So now, like, your craft has become a reality. And LA has always been a place, and it was just like, you know what? I'm here at Apple. We cush, but, like, now I'm going to take a leap, and I have the alley-oop, right?
Yeah,
but
and by the way, I quit within the first month working here.
No, yeah, we're going to
I feel that, like.
I feel you. You most definitely did.
Yeah.
Right. But I feel like this is a very pivotal moment in anybody's life, right? That moment of, I'm going to, like, the fact that you had LA, this, like, Californication dream in your head from, like, it was ingrained in you.
Yep.
You came out, circumstance had it that, like, it was a scenario where it was like, wait, hold on, like, we just direct lined this? Like, I know how I'm being taken care of here, so naturally, like, I'll be able to find something I'll be able to have a sense of stability in like the slightest, like bare necessities, which is how somebody will make that move, right? That like moment. And naturally you had that in mind of like, okay, like my creative being needs to blossom, and where can I go to do so? It's not school. It just needs, I need something else. Right. What was that like? What was going through your mind from the moment that you decided and you like uprooted and driving to LA? Because like I feel like this is the quintessential part of like these types of stories where it's like, bro, just like packed up my car and just like, you know, hit the lick. And that sounds so beautiful. But like now I want to like hop into your passenger seat, look at you and be like, bro, like, are we smoking on the way, or like, are we in Alabama right now where we can't do this? But what was going through your mind on that road?
It was crazy, bro. Like I said, it's everything I've ever known. First time I've ever moved out of my home, let alone across the country with 2 friends, you know, literally with a suitcase in the trunk of the whip with everything that I could possibly want to ever take with me there. Looking back at 4:30 in the morning when we dipped out of my crib and seeing my parents still being outside, like waving at us, like, yo, like, this is it.
Yeah.
You know, like,
bro,
for real.
It was like the craziest thing, bro. And like, man, I'm blessed and I'm thankful and I'm grateful for my 2 friends that I was able to do it with. They were a great support system for like, still are a great support system, but driving, like, so we stopped at Atlanta because we had homies there, so it didn't really feel much because Florida's super close, but like we were still just really hyped, like, yo, we're about to do this shit. Like, yo, like shit hit the fan driving through like the shits of the country, you know, where like people my skin tone can't be seen.
Right. I feel you.
You know, and like I really witnessed that, like pulling up to the gas station, 4 people don't got shoes on, they barefoot. Why is that a thing? I don't know. Going inside and people looking at me like, what up? Like, what are you doing in these neck of the woods?
What you want?
What you want? You know, like what brings you around here?
Wow.
And like still seeing that like in middle America in fucking 2014 when it was, and I was like, yo, chill. Like we visited the homie's crib and we were in where I think it was Mobile, Alabama.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mobile, Alabama.
And it was like super small town. Like there was a mall and I was talking on the phone outside wearing all black, and I overheard a mom like, this guy looks like he's up to no good.
Oh my God.
Like tell like her daughter that. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like what? And you know, we stayed there at the homie's crib, let us crash, thankful for that. The highlight of the trip was probably getting to Denver, Colorado, where marijuana is legal, or was like legal, like the first place we could buy it legally since leaving Florida. And that experience, and like that was like a super trip. And then from that point on, the aesthetics in the U.S. changed completely. It goes from being super flat to like mountain ranges and plains for years, and like deserts, and it was super beautiful. It was the first time I've ever seen things like that. I recommend everyone to do that road trip, especially visit Utah.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Utah's beautiful place. We got to the Airbnb where we had an Airbnb for 3 days, and then we had to figure life out.
When you left, did you know that you weren't coming back?
That's always the mindset, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm like, is it though?
I mean, it was for us. I'm not gonna front. Like, I was super fucking scared. Like, I was 21 at the time. Like I said, first time ever leaving the crib, let alone like that. But me and my best friend, who I moved out with, him and his girlfriend, me and him went out to eat at one of our local restaurants in Orlando right before we left, kind of just like on our last hoorah. Yeah. And the waiter who was helping us out was like an older guy, and like we were like he's, oh, what brings you around? We're like, yo, this might be our last like Zinger Mountain Mount is what we would get from there. He's like, oh, really? Why? And like we told him why, and like he told us like, whenever you get to your destination, just burn the shit and like don't look back.
Whoa.
And like, I feel like that's when it really resonated.
Wow.
Like for the homie, like he went through his phone.
That's insane.
I remember my homie J.O. like going through his phone, like deleting contacts left and right. Like,
wow.
Yo, like I don't need
shit.
you. I don't need you in my life anymore. Like I'm out. Like going through shit. Like whoever wants to see me, like this is your chance. Pull up right now. If not, that's that.
Wow.
Yeah, so our mindset was definitely not come back, or at least really try not to come back, and it still is. And there's times where it's.
How was that to leave your parents and your family?
It was tough. It was tough. Me though being, I don't know. Like I said, I was always the introverted person. I was the one in the family who was always kind of to himself. Whether it was because I was an only child for so long, or like not wanting to be with all my cousins, like at the functions, like dancing and all that fun stuff. So like, I try to think about it as out of sight, out of mind, because I don't want to stress on the fact that I really don't ever get to see my family, let alone like my siblings who are becoming like adults and growing into the men and women that they are now. And those are like vital moments in their lives where I should be there to like guide them through certain things, whether they know that they can reach out to me via anyway, and they see what I'm up to, and I know that they're happy and that they're proud of me, but it's tough when I think about it, so I just try to not in reality.
Yeah, I mean, I asked that question because I think you're put at a crossroads for a moment, right? When you make that decision, like even maybe the night before for you, before leaving that trip, right? And I just think about all the people listening to this or who might be in that position now. They know there might be something bigger. There's this unknown thing. Their heart, their guts telling them to go.
Do it.
But they're scared because they can't leave their family.
It's want versus need, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like you're put at that crossroads. So what?
There's gonna be moments in your life where literally what you want is gonna be handed to you. Like that quote, like, yo, if you got what you wanted, are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be a lot of time, and we don't notice it until after the fact, or we might not even ever notice it. Like, yo, what I've always wanted, shit, I might have fucked up and passed up on that shit many times, you know. So it's like you can only take the horse to the water, you can't really make it drink it. But like, if all these signs are leading up to you, to telling you to do what your gut is telling you to do, I'd rather fail 100% out of the times and said that I tried than not try and never know.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
fucking tough, and we are our own worst critics, and
it's rare to get to that point.
It is rare
because it's super cool to talk about it.
It is rare, but
it's super cool to talk about it.
It's super fucking scary to do it.
It is,
right? And it's absolutely not what we'd ever thought it was.
Never.
But it becomes something.
It's like it goes back to the process. It's so much more like. What I thought my LA experience was going to be, me moving out here, changes by the day.
I feel that.
You know, like, it's one of those things where it's just like, what? Like, I'm with who? What? Like, who just introduced him? Like, what? Like, whether it's that or whether it's fuck. What was I thinking? This shit is expensive. I should not be out here.
Yeah.
What am I doing with my life right now? Why do I not have a regular 9-to-5 job? How am I going to make rent? How is this going to happen?
These are all thoughts
back
that,
to like, yo, this is
has.
Bro.
You have to have it. These exist.
Life is too short. So if you have the opportunity to do what you want to do, please do it. And it's something that I battle day in and day out. And thankfully I have beautiful, beautiful people around me who motivate me, who inspire me to do what I do and continue doing what I do. And if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
But yo, take that risk, take that leap of faith. It'll be worth it.
Now with you though, coming out here, you didn't really have like a specific thing you wanted to do, or did you?
I mean, I kind of always knew that I wanted to be in that visual communication world, whether it's me shooting, me directing, you know, creative direction, art direction, video, like whatever it may be, something in the creative field. I knew that I wanted to be a part of. Like, I like I said, being part of the process.
So even like career-wise, you wanted to take that next step.
My dream was to like work at a creative agency. Like, that's what I came out here thinking. Like, all right, cool. Like, I'm gonna meet somebody and they're gonna put me on, and I'm gonna be a dope photographer at a creative agency, and I'm gonna be able do what I love and also make money out of it on a 9-to-5 base.
Yeah,
for sure.
Not the case at all. Like whatsoever.
For real.
It's a lot of hustles, but it's worth it.
You came out here knowing damn near nobody.
No one outside of the two homies that I moved here.
Shout out to those two homies being my
shout out to Jesus Oquendo and Jennifer Zapata. They
Jesus and Jennifer, like y'all are literally the damn near.
If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. So
for real. Facts.
Shout out to them.
What was the switch for you when you got here? Right? Like, because it's crazy, exciting going.
It is.
Right? And arriving and being like, fuck, we made, like, we here.
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
what?
Yeah.
And then whether it's
like, whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, now what?
Yeah.
So we're like, here. Okay, wait.
No, but like whether it's like the hour after motherfuckers got there or like
that's
the
literally
next
an hour after.
Bro, that's literally what it was for us. Literally. Yo, imagine spending like
wow.
I'm off
it's
fucking,
real though.
I'm off the Henny, so I don't know how long it was, but like imagine spending cross-country road trip time with the three same people.
Yeah, y'all delusional
knowing you're
at that
embarking on this journey that's potentially going to change the rest of your life.
Yes.
You know? And all you have is each other and whatever you brought on that
Yes.
vehicle. So we get to LA, like I said, we had an Airbnb for 3 days. In those 3 days, we had to figure life out, you know? So like we get to the Airbnb, yo, I promise, like once we got out the car, it was like on site. I was ready to give hands to whoever wanted to catch it, you know? 'Cause it's like,
Really?
we had all this animosity built up. You know, it was me and the homie driving. We didn't want Shorty to drive out of like on some like super dumb man shit. So like we were tired like of driving, you know, me and him. So we got out the car, like finally here. Instead of being like super excited, we were aggravated because we had certain goals that we had to meet before getting here, and that was where the fuck we gonna live? Plain and simple. Before we get to LA, we should have 10 places we're gonna visit or like inquire to.
Yeah.
Ain't shit happening.
With the portable Wi-Fi in their phone cross country. Bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We were hangry, like people were mad, like the homie was parking on a hill that he's never parked, like it was a wall in Echo Park, you know, so he's hot. His girl's like, what's good with you? Can't park the whip. Like, you know, there's a lot going on. We went to Domino's Pizza. We got our first meal. That's what it was, Domino's Pizza.
Shout out to Domino's.
Shout out. Went back to the Airbnb, and I was like, yo, like, we just need to chill. Like, I get it. You know, relax. We'll wake up tomorrow. It's a new day. Let's get it. And tomorrow the next day we woke up. Everybody went on their shit. I found the spot we moved into. It had the stupidest view of downtown LA.
Stop it.
Bro, it was like a dream come true. Like,
I feel you.
Everything I've ever wanted was physically right in front of me. Skyline of downtown LA. So it was a beautiful 6 months. There was a lot of little ups and downs. Like I said, within that month, I quit Apple just because I felt like things started happening really quickly. There was a lot of opportunities that were being handed my way that if I wasn't physically there, I wouldn't be able to attain. And they'd be tripping on shit like, if you're late, you get a point. So it came down to the circumstances of either you quit or we fire you. Yeah. And they were like, yo, you've been with the company long enough. It'll look better if you quit. So if you ever wanted to get rehired.
Was there a strike the match moment of like when it just started to become real?
It was a day when I had to literally email them like, yo, I quit. Like, send me my motherfucking last check.
Yeah.
Let's go with my 401k.
Yeah.
And
I feel you.
Like, what else I need to do?
We're literally going to tighten all this up and just like...
And that was...
package it, put it away.
The homie alley-ooped me editing gig at the YouTube space in LA. And it was paying me more than I was going to make off a check at Apple in like 3 months. So I was like, oh, what do you mean I'm not going to not take this?
Yeah.
Like... My biggest leap of faith in my life was that move. Anything else after that, outside of probably skydiving, is bare minimum. Like, it's second. Like, I'm ready for whatever after that because I did the hardest shit and it was that.
Yeah.
So that was my mindset. I was hungry. I was with it, and I did that, and it was cool for a couple months, and then shit got dry, and then it got better.
Hold on, I just want to like whip up over here real quick. Being the introvert, but also being like so juiced on wanting to start your life, but being being the introvert that steps up into Los Angeles, like the land of where it's crazy how like our parents came from a different country to the United States, and like the stories of those around the states that come to LA for that dream, right? What was your approach in terms of being able to communicate your artistic value, and how did you do that? Was the introversion put aside, or was like, how was that navigated for you, and like what was that like? Just because everybody tries to network, right?
Yeah, of course.
Or some people have the sensibility of mind to know that their craft will speak for them, and focus on that. Right?
I mean, to be real, I feel like, you know, anytime I hear anyone, I guess, compliment, I hate using this type of shit like that, like boost my shit, but like compliment me on my work ethic or my work, or like how they know that I did something, it blows my mind, because till date, like I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure out what is that is gonna separate, or is separating me from anyone else.
Yeah.
And I guess me living my life is what that is.
We're still searching, bro.
You know, and I love it. Like I love being able to be inspired every other day, but something that's always like resonated with, like, simpy or not, like I'm a sucker for love. Whatever form of love that may be. Not the actual like me with a shorty kind of love. Like I love love. Like I love the fact that like people are able to show affection.
And you know what love feels like.
Yeah, and I feel like it doesn't happen a lot. Especially these days, there's a lot of fake shit, and like people just want cosigns or like transactional relationships, which I'm not for at whatsoever. Like I don't fuck with halfway fucking with me. Like it's black and white. Like you know, like the people around me are like family. Like I don't have friends. So it's either like you squad or you gang, or like you know, sayonara, best to you, because we taking over this shit. But like,
who wants to see these hands?
Yeah, but three things that have always resonated with me are affection, attention, and direction. So like those are like words that I live by, type of shit, where and in that order, you know, like anything you do with love, because once you pay that attention to that detail and it's like organic, like people can relate, and if people can relate, that's my only goal. Like I want to be like, when I feel inspired, it's because I see something that reminds me, I hear something, I see something, I read something that reminds me of me and my situation. So that's what I try to push.
That's fucking phenomenal.
It's incredible, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Spread more love, yo.
You better believe that.
It's cool.
When I want to ask just like more on a fundamental kind of aspect. Like you're working at the Apple store, right?
Yeah.
And you're starting to get your opportunities. Like just for someone who comes to LA or moves to any new city and knows nobody, what were some of the fundamental things you got? Like when you're saying you started getting opportunities and started doing that, did it start with your kind of vision and things you wanted to dabble your hands into? Did you start reaching out to different people? Or did it just happen organically? Like what were some of those roots? Because it's really easy to get bogged down and like, I got this job, I'm cool.
Just be persistent, bro.
Something will finally happen.
Let's link and build.
If I just fucking work hard, I'm just gonna. What the fuck are you working hard at? Like, tell me exactly what the fuck you're doing.
Here's your panel, yo.
This is shit that people don't be telling you, bro. Like,
for real,
a lot of people are very egotistical out here, and people be acting like they don't want to help. And I've noticed that a lot, and I feel it. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, like a true magician never reveals its secrets, but like, yo, it goes back to us having the same 24 hours. Like, listen, whether you help me or not, I'm gonna be better than you. So you might as well help me, and you might as well be along with it, because we're going to build together and we're going to eat together.
Yeah.
But the moment you try to like one-up me just because your ego, whether it's because you have more followers than me or money or resources or whatever that may be, like, yo, I got like hunger. Like, I'm ready for this shit. I ain't from here. So I'm coming for next.
And they forgot about the human being.
Yeah, and they forgot the aspect of like, yo, we're all the same. So like my biggest thing when I came out here was like, I already saw the people that I wanted to be on their level, if not better, and I would reach out to them with an email. Because the biggest struggle of like, not like, yo, if you're listening, like, yo, leave your hometown. If it's not somewhere where it's not like an LA, a New York, a Miami, a London, a Tokyo, like, leave your hometown. And
even if it's there, you want to go to Tokyo from New York,
yo,
go there.
Do what you got to do, but leave your hometown, because my biggest frustration was making so many quote unquote friendships or building these relationships via internet and not being able to physically meet up or take a job because I was in Orlando, Florida. So I had to move out here. So once I moved out here, it was like, all right, cool. Like, now I'm here. I got my work ethic, got my website up. Like, I know what I need to do because I see it happen. It's like a blueprint. Like, I've seen a person go from 0 or bare minimum of a following up to like multi-million of a following. You know, I have friends that have done so. So you see everything that's going on and you just adapt. Like, I just would pick up on shit that people would do. And like, you know, somebody would be like, yo, there's this fucking network, like a party. And like, you know who's going to be at that party. So like, you pull up and like, people fuck with you if they want to fuck with you.
Absolutely.
And that's off of that.
Yeah.
Not off of like, you go, like, one thing that you should never do is like bother someone about work in a place where you wouldn't want to be bothered about work at. Yeah. So like, I'm not pulling up to the function, seeing Anoush, knowing that Anoush doing this radio show and being like, yo, what's good, bro? Like, yo, when am I going to be on there? Let's link and build. Because like what? Like, this person's trying to have fun the same way you should be having fun.
And literally, it's just like, who are you?
Yeah. So like, if you see them there, like, yo, it's okay to show love. Like, dap them up. They're more than likely going to ask you, like, what's up? Who are you? Like, and you build that relationship off that organicness.
Like, you're kind of hitting like that fork in the road, but also just like the inflection point within you. It's beautiful to me to like see that like you had it internalized of like, I'm going to get this one way or another. Yep. And the road to getting it naturally has its ebbs and flows, which we're gonna get into. But like, mentally, was there a battle with you on just like, even in the initial process, right? Like, before even something happened that it started making sense, but like, when you were going after it, was there doubts early on, and like, was there a battle, and how did you essentially just like, because like, one thing with you is you have your independence in being, you have your independence in craft. You came to LA with an essence, and for you it was automatically, I'm going to find those that I feel are in line with my essence. A lot of people come out to the lands of opportunity, right, and solely look for the opportunity. Yep. And in those lands, there are also speculators and showmen that can sell a dream to anybody.
Of course.
But like, we all know that like, dreams and reality are far different.
Very far different. And that's something that I have always tried to remind myself, is like, no matter my aspirations, like, where I see myself being, the goals that I want to achieve. I'm, like I said, I'm blessed to be surrounded by peers who, like, I can't even believe I consider them friends, brothers, or whatever that may be. But you have to remember where your 2 feet are planted. Like, if you don't remember where your 2 feet are planted, it's going to fuck up your whole shit, because you're all in this like facade almost of a lifestyle of like, I want to live this kind of lifestyle without meeting the things that I need to get to that lifestyle.
Totally.
And that's what fucks a lot of people up. Like I said, like, people see the result and they think that they can just go from here to there. Yeah. So remembering like where your 2 feet are planted is like key, is very important out here. Anywhere, but especially out here, because of the fact that, one, the weather alone will fuck you up. Like, it's beautiful every day. So like, no matter, if you don't know how you're gonna pay your rent, look outside. Like, it's a beautiful ass day, and whatever, for that second or that day or that week, like, your mind goes off of that thought. It did, and it shouldn't. Right. A lot of times. So I've seen a lot of people get caught up on that shit too. But like I said, you just got to remember where your 2 feet are at all times.
100%. I mean, and also like in anything you do, because it's easy for you for anyone to come out here and just get like stuck in that job. Like, you could have just got stuck at Apple and just kind of like, oh, I'm at least making money.
I was actually thinking about that today.
Yeah.
Like, I had the like thought of like, damn, I wonder like how my life would have been still living here, still working at Apple. Like, would it have been better? Like, would it have been quote unquote worse, or whatever worse is, like, or would have been the same.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't see it any other way out of the way that I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. And that's why I was like so curious about kind of like what pushed you, because sometimes it's easy to just come to LA and get caught up very easily in the city. Like you just said, the weather, and you could also be surrounded by people and not do shit, but feel like you're on and not doing shit. Like this is a city that's could be a very big facade very quickly. That's why I love what you said. You know, always know where your 2 feet are planted. Because you might be next to someone physically who's put on, and now you think you're that person.
Yeah.
Just by association, like, yeah, I'm put on, but you're going back home, and exactly. And that you could get caught up in that cycle.
Of course. And that you know, a lot of people reach out and they'll like ask me like, yo, what do you do? Or like, how do you make money? Like, you have to remember that at the end of the day, like, everybody has bills. Yeah. And that's what I stress to a lot of, like, yo, we could be homies, and like, whether I charge you what I'll charge a client, or I like, there's something needs to be charged. And that goes back to my dad building that business mentality in me. Is like, clout or a cosign or a tag on social media is not gonna do Ricardo any good.
Absolutely.
Financially. And if I'm not good financially, that probably means I'm not good mentally, spiritually, emotionally, or any other way.
For real.
Because there has to be a way where Ricardo has to pay his rent and like other bills and live life.
And it's all connected.
And this is a city where a lot of people tend to use their ego, or if you want to call it, their following, their clout, to be able to use that as a form of compensation or currency.
It's a mirage.
And people need to learn that, like, it goes back, once again, we all have the same 24 hours. I don't care that you have 100,000 people watching over what you do. Like, me and you both know what we're both going to do when we go home.
Yeah, man.
At the end of the day. So, like, have that respect to, like, pay out your friends. Like, yo, there's no better feeling than making money with your friends or paying your friends. Totally. Why not grow together? Yeah. But people have the whole mindset of like, yo, and they know they get the bag. Because we all know, like, public figures get the bag, you know? So, like, don't come sideways trying to underdog the quote-unquote little guy. Because you come in for the little guy for the reason, whatever that may be. So.
For sure. So when you got that opportunity, the first one that got you out of Apple, there were some before then that kind of like led up to it, dabbled here, dabbled there, get your feet wet, right? You got that, it was the YouTube opportunity. After that, it's off to the races. What was that next step for you in terms of like knowing like I got to maintain this versus like I got my big break, but I got my big break, now what? Like, okay, we're good. How do I maintain this? How do I step up to this next level?
For me, presentation is huge, and I think that we live in a generation where we lack that in real life because of the internet and like having that social following, like whatever it may be via internet. So like people think that just because they have X amount of followers or that they have to have X amount of followers to be noticed, but we all forget that like human interaction is one of the best things in life. And like instead of emailing somebody, I'd find out where their store was, print out my resume in like a dope form and like my portfolio, and just be like, yo, hey, like, I'm Ricky, nice to meet you.
It's that detail.
Like,
which is so interesting because that sounds just like off like basic shit.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
very like just old school. Like, I'm printing out my resume, I'm walking in, and I'm giving it to somebody.
I mean, that's the only way I knew how to get a job. Like, I'm not from here, so like that's the only way I knew how to get a job.
But it's still effective.
Was being able to go in person to that store and being like, yo, here's my resume, here's what I've done. Thankfully, having Apple on my resume was great because people saw that and I had recommendation letters, so they were like, "Oh shit!"
That's the stamp.
But like
approval.
Seeing my website, like you have to brand yourself. So like,
for sure,
you have to have something to show outside of you just talking, email or in person. But adding that in-person touch definitely helped out because people remember the face. There's a million other motherfuckers like me trying to do the same thing I am, especially here.
For real.
I can't knock their hustle.
In the comfort of the DMs, though.
In the comfort of the DM, but like the moment you go, I don't know, above and beyond, I guess, for the norm these days, like, which is nothing. But it's just meeting in person.
That's the craziest shit. Like the above and beyond. Talk to us, EDP.
Like,
what you're talking about is how you got a job 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything different than what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But people fear that human interaction. But yo, like I'm telling you, like I'm the probably most introverted, most anxiety-filled person you'll meet. Yeah. Your boy was out here like shaking hands and kissing babies because at the end of the day, like the bills gotta get paid. You know,
Ricky Clinton came to LA. You know what I mean?
But no,
he was destined to be a politician. Ricky Kennedy came up and started giving speeches. The orator came out.
That's not even a secret. Like, yo, do that shit. Like, please, like, still do that shit. Like, I tell the homies all the time, like, yo, let's meet up and like.
It's twofold.
This is one of the craziest things I've ever heard about in life. No knockout to the homies who've like I've met via internet, right? But like, and it just happened to me today. Today, I was blessed enough to receive a nice little check for creative consulting.
You get the bag.
For a creative agency.
Get the bag, B.
Right? A creative agency. I have never met the owner.
Wow.
Just off the vibe, off the email, off the text. Not even the FaceTime.
Yeah, man. It's function
If it wasn't
shit.
for the fact that I care enough to like, I call myself Ricky Detex. Like, I'll go in and go ham on like the Google and like, yo, find out who it is that I'm working with. I wouldn't know what the person looks like. But like, to me, it's so wild that you can receive money off of never meeting someone.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing and a scare, but it's fucking people up in the mental because that's all people think that
they're comfortable with that.
Should go for.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, meanwhile, we still have brick and mortars. Like, there's places where like, I'm not for the, yo, let me go get the quick check to look cool on Hypebeast. Those come in great. Like, yo, another one came in today off High Somebody, but like, my shit is like going to the corporate folk. Like the person who like isn't waiting for it.
Yeah.
And be like, yo, look what I've done. Look what you need to do for your business.
Yeah.
Hit them with the proposal. Come on with the gang and we all eat. And
bro,
like,
culture is brick and mortar. You feel me?
People don't realize that we are the culture.
Yeah. Culture is brick and mortar. That's a sensibility. Like, you went and spoke to human beings. So not only are they just like basing your craft and just your presentation, but they've already interacted with you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? In this digital age, we're able to finesse the interaction. You know what I'm saying? Like through text. Like, I love how we can add emotion through text. We have to think about like how somebody would read through a text. Like when you're getting in a text conversation, you just like give a flat out no. Like, no, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It could be read as like in all caps.
Yeah, bro, shit.
Right? But
that's why I don't do that.
For real.
I don't do that. Like, I don't put up with. I try to stay, and it's weird because I work in a digital world, but I try to stay as analog as possible when it comes to that type of stuff, because it's like we're gonna forget the basic human foundations of like communication skills. Like, yo, people probably forget how to write.
You know what's
physically right.
You know what
I've already like, man.
When's the last time somebody picked up a pen and like wrote some shit outside of signing a tab?
There's multiple times where I'll sit down and write something and my handwriting is absolutely terrible.
Yeah, and you're
because
like, yo, what?
I haven't done it for real.
Yeah.
The trip to me is how this digital oasis, right, is only built off the back of analog communication. A photographer can't have an essence or a vision behind the lens without having a feeling as to what they want to capture.
Yep.
Right? It doesn't become how many scrolls through fucking inspiration we can go to. Any artist in any field, right, that is able to like realize a scenario, right, has to come to a point to appreciate humanity and the world, and in whatever the fuck envelope that is for them, right? But like, you have to build like the sight in your vision. You know what I'm saying? And so many people, in this digital age get comfortable with the lack of interaction because it's becoming something that's uncomfortable because we don't do it enough. Yep. Like cats aren't like little kids are over here like in lines in their iPads, like sucked into a digital world.
Yeah.
We were out there playing fucking bike tag and like fucking GoldenEye and just like chilling with all the homies as kids.
Yeah.
Nah, I completely agree with you on
that. It's really a blessing. Tell me what's crazy.
Crazy is the in-person interaction.
Oh, he's getting on the mic.
Yeah, no,
he's getting on the mic.
Yeah.
Let's go.
What's crazy though is that in-person interaction is what's going to make the difference between you getting the job and not getting the job. And here's the thing: if you want to be at the level of the owners of the people that are hiring you, you got to be at the table. Because if you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
Ooh. Wow! Shout out to E.
EDP.
Wow.
When the photographer comes on and just drops a gem.
Drop
that shit.
He just pulled off with the like, yo, God is love, Rev Run. Like,
take a picture of E.
God is love, Rev Run. Like, yo, boom, drop that. BlackBerry done. Like,
I love that.
Nah, but you also reminded me to sum everything up that I was trying to speak on is in a couple words. People, our generation today and day, forget social value. There is no social value in a lot of things, whether products, egos, like whatever it may be. There's no social value in a lot of the content that is being put out, or a lot of the energy that is being put out in this world today and day. And that's where the fuck up is, because there isn't any human interaction. There isn't a purpose greater than a like, a listen, a cosign, or a this hopefully puts me on mentality.
Nothing's vested.
Nothing. In one ear, out the other, within an hour.
What's
tops.
One of my favorite quotes, I'm a business owner, and one of my favorite quotes I got from The Office, he says, people don't go out of business. And I think people is everything. It's human interaction, but it's also relationships, and it's just like people at the end of the day. Behind all the technology is people. Behind everything we do is a person.
Yep.
You know, how you want to put that out is how you want to put that out. But we're all connecting as people first. That's a huge reason even for this platform. You know, it's rare to even sit down and actually like talk to someone and be like, hey, Ricky, like, what's your story? Like, who are you? Like, I don't give a fuck what you do. I want to know you. Personally, I don't know you, right? Anush will say like, yo, this dude's coming. And I purposely like don't try to look at like what you've done. That's just something I've got into like with our guests. If I don't know them, just to go in and be like, who is this
blank slate?
Yeah, who's this person? And we'll eventually get there. But if we don't, that's all good too, because it doesn't make or break anything, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's so cool when you talk about that in terms of your grind here, especially in a place that pushes on a social level popularity.
Yep.
It's an interesting perspective, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
No, stamp the fuck out of that, for real though. What was the moment that it became real for you out here? Like even just like real in the sense that like of that, damn, we just left Florida and we're driving to California. Because like real or made it or all that is like, it doesn't exist.
No,
right?
It doesn't.
But like,
definitely nowhere near it.
What was that moment where you were like, okay, it's on?
I think that moment of it's on for me, it's tough because my first time out the country abroad was beautiful, but I still didn't feel like that was like...
What took you out of the country?
I went to Jakarta, Indonesia.
Wow.
Yeah. Doing what?
Shout out to homie Andre Power. Road managed him, so got the opportunity to go out there because he was playing out there. He was, if you know Andre, you know Andre.
Shout out to Dre.
Takes care of everyone, you know, and working with him, for him in reality, it's a blessing because I've never seen somebody that willing. And he was very honest with me, and he was like, yo, I can't bring you out here for this trip, but something in me told me that I needed to be there with him. So
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I caught my flight to Jakarta, Indonesia, 3 hours before our flight took off.
Wow.
Which I didn't even know you can do, first of all. Like, that shouldn't even be like a
like, shout out to you, though.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
I was just kind of going back and forth on it, and I was like, yo, like, when will I ever be in Jakarta, Indonesia, 1, 2, with the homie, 3, with, like, a group of people who are going to take us around and show us around the right way.
Yeah.
You know, and he took care of everything else outside of that flight, but that was a big moment. But what I was going to get to was, I think that my next trip after that was probably the moment
I want to go
felt
like
great.
One meeting before that.
Okay.
How did y'all even meet?
It's funny because like last week, I think it was, we probably hit like our 1 year of knowing each other, I guess.
Word.
Just because his website domain expired and like I created it for him.
I respect that.
So like,
where y'all housing that at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Shout out GoDaddy for not sending me the email notification though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I met Dre around probably like, I want to say May, like met him.
Got it.
Type of thing. And we were out at the Lash downtown LA. I forgot who it was, but shout out to that person, whoever it was, because I really can't recall, and neither can he, because we both talked about it. But somebody was like, yo, y'all both from the East Coast. Y'all don't know each other?
Factual.
And that kind of just like sparked it. He's from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Yeah. I'm from New York, like I mentioned. So we kind of hit it off on that aspect. I didn't know who he was, quote unquote, is in that.
Y'all
sense
two
of
introverts were like lightweight destined to like. That's a crazy shit.
Yeah, but he, you know, like we just kicked it and like vibed for like those 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And Mans was like, "Yo, like I'm a DJ. Like you should come out to my shit whenever you got some time." Like, bet, like exchanged info, whatever, you know, like another interaction in LA. And it was around my birthday. He was doing a Boiler Room set, and he hit me up. But I was ironically flying out day of my birthday, and I was like, "Yo, I'm flying out, but like, good looks, bro. Like, I like, damn, you know, like, people be like, yo, I'm a DJ, but like, dog, Boiler Room, what?
Yeah, for real, for
Who
real,
are you, man? Like, you know. So at that point, I'm like, oh shit. So I look him up, and then I figure out
you did your due diligence.
Yeah, I did my Ricky the Text. And like, I figure out, you know, the world of what's known as Selection, and you know, he's co-founder and all this beautiful stuff. But time passed. I was working as a U.S. creative director and marketing manager for this New Zealand company, who I won't shout out because fuck them. At the time, I was working for them, and I would find myself at a lot of these events, whatever, you know, this LA shit. Yeah. You know, you pull up and everybody just looking to see who else is there. But I find myself there and I see him and like we kick it and like we just leave and go somewhere and we connect and all that fun shit. He invites me to a show. I finally go to a show, see him spin. Time moves forward, and what we talked about last week was like, we knew we really, really fucked with each other on some like, yo, that's my bro. Yeah. Because whenever I was in a situation where for whatever the reason I wasn't able to be in an event or like be invited somewhere, Andre would always hit me up. Like, yo, are you here? Are you going? Do you want to go? And vice versa. So like I would do the same for him when he couldn't get in somewhere.
And that's
like,
bond.
Yeah, and it was just off the
like lightweight is different.
Yeah, and it was just on some like, yo, we fuck with each other, like, you know, like let's pull up, like run it. So that started through that, and then he was like, yo, I'm going out to New York. I'm like, oh shit, like I already bought my flight. I'm gonna be in New York those same dates. And he was like, yeah, we're playing a show. I went out there, I saw the show in New York, and then I think it was it was that time. So mind you, now it's like December of last year. Yeah. I'm in New York on a one-way. And I'm in New York on a one-way, and it ends up being that He's there too. He's like, yo, you could like crash at the hotel. Like we'll split the shit. Like whatever. Like just so we could mob. You know, he knew that I was a photographer and shit. So he was like, yo, like you can just take pics of me or like video. Like I need that. And I'm like, bet for sure. Like let's link. Yeah. So we linked up. We stayed at the same hotel, and the trip was amazing. It was super fun. His manager, who's his manager till date, Gerald Cooper. Shout out to Coop.
What up, Coop?
Gave me one of the biggest blessings of my life, man. Like without even knowing the boy, just knowing that I was with Dre in the moment. He hits us up. He comes to the Street Dreams magazine event in New York, pops in for like 5 minutes, meets me. We've like dapped up like we've been bros for 15 years. You know, like, yo, my guy, like, boom, boom, boom. Heard so much about you, like, same, bro, like, vibe. And he leaves, and then he hits us up via text. This is Gerald shit, on God. Hits me up via text, bro. These were his words. Click this link. RSVP, do not share this with anyone. We go into the White House tomorrow.
Wow.
I'm like, what?
South by South Lawn, huh?
South by South Lawn. So for those who don't know, South by South Lawn, Obama got inspired by South by Southwest, brought it out to the White House, South by South Lawn, invited a bunch of people. I met the person who damn near runs the internet of the United States of America. Like that type of like event, you know? So he hits us up. He's like, yo, sign up for this shit. They have me doing like background checks, like put your social, like all this shit, like how to get vetted. That ends up passing through the next morning, like, yo, congratulations, you've been accepted.
Wow.
So we're like, fuck, what do we do? Like, I guess we hopping on this bus. We out to DC. So we go from there to DC and we take that journey and once again split the hotel room. Check into the hotel room. We were talking about this earlier, but I dropped my phone. And my shit just straight cracked. But it was at the White House bathroom taking a shit. So I'm I'm not even fucking mad at this right now. Like, this deadass happened, cool. You know, like I pick up the phone. But that happens. We link up with Gerald. We're inside. All right, so the process to get in White House, so you can imagine.
Yeah.
You know, like the line was crazy because it was open to a certain amount of people that got invited. Waited probably like hour and a half to get in.
Wow.
Get it. It was like 6 different security checks to make sure you're good. You're you. You got the invitation, security check, all that fun shit. The last like final checkpoint before they put the badges on you, it was like U.S. Marines, like on some real like my date with the president's daughter type of shit. Like you pull up and it's like Marine dudes like guarding you, like hit you with a sign like pleasure to meet you. Like I'm like, oh shit.
You've got this far.
I walk in, not even 3 feet into the building, Common to my right, just playing the piano casually, hitting the like spoken word poem. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, all right, whatever.
Shout out to Barack Obama though.
Right. Yeah. And we go outside and it was a movie. Like we were on the South Lawn of the White House.
Wow.
I saw the most beautiful thing that they played swag surf. I saw all of my beautiful people surrounded by brothers and sisters, just everybody just swag surfing on the South by South Lawn. At a point, Gerald, myself, Andre, and the homie Ahmed took off our shoes, took off our socks, like soil to feet. Like, yo, we here. You know, like Barack Obama before Mans gets in office, like we need to celebrate these moments. And it was one of the most beautiful things. I got back from that great experience to LA and Dre hit me up and he was just like, yo, I feel like our dynamic is really good. You know, I don't know what position you're in, but like if you'd like to help me out, I'm willing to do XYZ for you and let's run it. So I started doing creative content for him.
The White House.
Yo, shout out Gerald Cooper, man.
Bruh, shout out Gerald Cooper. Shout out 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Like,
the White House.
I hope I hit that like Nushi detects on him.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go, baby. Let's go.
No, but like it's so crazy how like some cats will be like, yo, after South by Southwest we got back and it was just like ooh, or like after God knows what and then do. You know what I'm saying? But it's the White House.
It's the White House.
Like who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? Like just drop a haiku.
That's a bar, but whatever.
Off top. No, it's lightweight.
it's one of those moments in life where like that stories for the grandkids, you know, like that shit that I'm gonna be like, yo, when I was your age, like Uncle Andre and Gerald and Ricky, like, you know, like
we're swag surfing at the White House.
Swag surfing at the White House, like Obama less than 100 feet away from me, like it was crazy. I need to show you that video after.
We're swag surfing in the White House.
But facts, man, like it's
oh shit.
The things that I've been blessed to see within the last year, scares me for what my life is to hold. You know, like I'm every day I wake up like.
Yeah, yo, but like that. But see, look, like Joe said, "Ooh," and like we have a group text thing of like, "Good for you."
Me and my room, Alex. You just had lunch with Alex last week. Like that's his thing. Good for you.
Yeah,
like,
really.
He'll hit it like, yo.
I know. Look, I know. Bueno means good.
Bueno means good.
It means good.
It means good.
Shout out to Alex, for real. Like you know? That's a great human being, for real. For real.
He is. That's
you know
my
what I'm
brother.
saying? Fellow Floridian.
Fellow.
In the mix of the things.
Fellow.
No, but like, bruh. It's like good for you. Like you were scared then, but like that left. Right? Yeah. And like I can give a fuck about like humble Harry of like, I was so scared of like how glow up it was gonna be. Even though glow up doesn't necessarily mean cats are set. Like you're not walking back to the crib and being like, Ma, Pa, y'all's bills are all paid off.
Yeah. You know,
or like, yo, I feel you.
know?
Like, no, for real.
But
right.
in reality.
Like it's cute to be scared there.
Yeah.
But that was a pivotal moment. That was another bar, but that was just like,
what
it
does. Euro step to it.
Yeah, off time. Like, I brought it back. You know what I'm saying? I already gave the hands, but nobody got touched.
Wow. Yo, somebody put Nooshi Baby in improv.
Yeah, I hit him with the Noosh Bay one time. But for real, because like that's the most this is awesome, like eureka moment shit.
Yeah,
you feel me? You get back, you know what it is. Yep. Like y'all have this bond. Like that's how it happens, though. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like. And shout out to the fucking circumstance of, yo, I'm gonna actually be in New York.
Yeah, that was pure coincidence. And for like out of my own goodwill and like just wanting to experience. I love putting myself in situations where I'm not normally comfortable with because it's the only way that I can break out of my shell.
It's a blessing as a bona fide introvert. You can have gotten there.
And I literally cannot lie. There's like if you are introverted, there's no better way to break out of that fear.
Yeah.
If you like link up with like somebody like Andre Power, like a musician on that note where like I'm walking down the street and he's getting stopped because of who he is, or like he's performing in front of thousands and thousands of like.
Yeah.
Our monthly party now in New York has over 4,000 RSVPs.
Insane. Wow.
Like, and he's rocking out in his own world.
Yeah.
That's the motivation. You know, like I love putting myself in situations like that because I gain from it. I'm able to see like how he can do it so I can do it in my own way. So for a couple of trips, like I was funding myself to be able to travel with him just to be able to like show him, one, that I'm dedicated, and two, like I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
To see if one of is it really what I want to do?
Yeah.
How can I break out of my shell more? Like, just let me see how he lives his life.
Yeah.
But once the dynamic really worked, like he was just like, yo, let's like do this the right way and blase.
It's rare that you come across a creative, let alone a friend, that even in the chaos of their own worlds, is able to say that and provide not only the want for somebody to come into the community, right, or the group, or just like their life, but also understand that, like, and be in a position to be like, look, I want you on the squad now. This is how we're going to take care of wow. And naturally, you probably were like, but knowing you, it's like if there was something that you didn't like in that arrangement, you would have been like, okay, so we're here,
Yeah.
It may seem crazy, but like, can I bring this up, right? But like, it's gorgeous to see because like,
that's exactly what I was going to say.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the beauty of it all.
I feel that. I feel that. We hear though, like this is the beauty of communicating.
Man,
you understand me?
I should have started my like, yo, hello, this is Ricky, and we're gonna talk about communication today. Like that's what I should have started with, because not only did I just finish dealing with some shit at the crib about communication, but like the reason Andre's relationship and I has worked so well, because I can be honest with you, outside of probably West. And me and him have been working together for like a couple months, but like me and Dre have been working together for more than a year now.
Yeah.
Andre's the only person that I consider a friend and boss that like we've never had an argument.
I can dig that.
Like
look,
it can't even get to like a moment where we gotta G-check each other, just because like
1 billion.
It's like that unspoken
you know
law
what? Yeah,
is just there, and it's because of the fact that we over communicate.
Absolutely.
And I tell him all the time, I'm like, yo, bro, I'd rather you tell me, and I'd rather tell you, even if we repeat ourselves 1,000 times.
Yes.
Like, I want to know what you want from me.
Yes.
I want you to know what like I'd like from you, vice versa, and this is how we're gonna be better.
It's so crazy how similar y'all two are. And like, I love the fact that I can say this with the utmost confidence. Mm-hmm. Wes, what's good? How I look? You know what I mean? We good? Where's your recorder at? We got ADP come dropping gems on him. You know what I'm saying? We got Ricky looking at you with the side eye saying, you got that? Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to the stand-up hour. No, but like, Andre is somebody just like yourself that like we've always ran across each other and just kind of developed this like, wait, like, okay, there's
we're in a lot of similar situations.
Yeah, okay.
I must have to know you.
Yeah, right. And him and I had lunch, and we like went through that like journey in that discussion, and like there's a beauty in the depth of form, in getting to where you get to, right? Like in the San Diego and the art shit, and the, you know what I'm saying? The night starts and all that, right? But like in seeing that, there's such a connect. Like I feel like a fucking cheerleader over here. Like because when you're saying that, it's like yes, right? It's yes, because y'all are very similar human beings, right? And it's so gorgeous. It's almost fucking picturesque. Like shout out to the fact that you're gonna be telling your grandkids this story.
Yeah,
right?
No, real shit. Like that's my brother for life. Like we've been through shit that.
But like if you're describing a dream.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it still probably
like
will
Martin
be at that
having
point.
it, but like you had it.
Yeah.
With your bare toes on the fucking grass, digging in the soil like yiddity. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, it's crazy to see from the standpoint of not only like are you extremely focused on just the breadth of your brand when it comes to presentation and how things are seen, but you're behind the lens.
Yep.
And it's rare that something so fucking serendipitous, right, can happen where the eye behind the lens has a profound affection and appreciation, right, to the subject.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I've learned that through Wes. Like it's on some shit where like I'm blessed that for what I love to do, it brings me my means when it comes to like being able to sustain my life. But people also sometimes get jaded in the fact that it's still a job. So there's a lot of times where, yes, I am behind the camera, I am creating in sense, but there's like, I'm on a job, like it's for a gig or for a client. So
elaborate on that.
In the sense of like, if I'm doing a passion project because I want to do it, whether I'm going to get paid out of it or I'm not, is because it's my idea in full 100%. If you offer me a bag for X amount, my rate or more than that, and it aligns with my aesthetic, I'm going to take it. If it doesn't, I don't care about how big the bag is.
Fact.
Like, I'm not going to do it because it's just buns, you know, but when it comes to it, if
honey buns at the bodega that your pops and your grandpa used to, yeah, I feel you.
Buns, hashtag. But if it aligns with my aesthetic and it's, you know, a nice bag, I'm gonna make sure that I respect your.
Absolutely.
You're paying for it, so like I have to align with you and shit. So people confuse like, wow, you get to do what you love, and like it's fun all the time. A lot of the times it's not.
Yeah.
Because I need to pay bills too.
For sure. Just
to be frank,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And outside of that, even if it's something that I like to do, I have to re-edit. And if you know, like if you do video, like that's the worst thing somebody.
Yeah, it's like
tells
plastic
you.
surgery, bro.
It's like, yo, by the way, I know I told you I want X, Y, Z, but after you did exactly that and more, I don't want none of that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna switch the song up, so fuck your fucking cuts. Like what?
Unreal.
So like that balance is where I try to find my happy medium, but that's where you have to do enough passion projects to be able to keep yourself like afloat with like the creative juice. Because if not, it'll become a job, and then you're not gonna be happy with it, and then it's how are you not gonna be happy with the only thing that you know how to do?
Absolutely.
You know, like I say it all the time. Like if somebody would have put a gun to my head and be like, yo, I need you to take this picture, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm living.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I'm gonna take the best picture of my life, because that's what I was put on this earth to do.
Yeah.
Outside of creating, like I'm gonna choose.
At some point, your decisions need to be made based on like if we're playing Russian roulette, like shoot.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna get that.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
People sometimes need to also be woken up.
Absolutely.
In that sense, like
in what regard though?
Like what I said earlier, as far as like if you got what you really wanted, like are you ready for that shit?
Yeah.
You know, like I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably not. I'm not comfortable enough with myself to be transparent with you 100 to be able to handle what comes with the statue of status that I know that I will achieve.
Yeah.
And I'm just not there right now.
I'm going to be cheeky cute, even though I don't want to.
Okay.
Right? That's a good for you moment. Right? Good for you. But at the same time, I feel you. And the reason I feel you is because unlike most, you have it, which is you're already aware of it, B. You're already asking yourself what that is.
Touche.
The reason you're not there is because you haven't found like the whatever point in at the end of the day, it's in the projections of our mind that we can attach to, right?
Facts. And I'll tell you this though, I'm confident in myself enough to know that I'm very close.
But look, this is
whatever that may mean.
Absolutely, you are. But this is the biggest point, because like this is truly what I feel the most quintessential gem in that is, right? Is because you're aware that you're unaware, and it's not stopping you in your tracks.
Nah.
It's just making those steps that you take that much more heightened and that much more fearful and that much more anxiety driven, but you're going.
Yeah.
And you're able to say like, bruh, like this is what it is. But that's what it is for everybody.
Yep.
If we like day by day with Steve Jobs or Michael Dell, shout out to your first little jump up, what it do with it. But there were those days where I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
They exist.
And it's okay.
And it's okay. We live in a society where we're like, wait, that actually exists. But the diamond in that is the awareness and comfort in being unaware.
Yep.
Or not being unaware, but like not knowing what you're looking for exactly while looking for it. You know what I'm saying?
100.
How take us through this tornado of from the moment that you locked in with Andre, not from the standpoint necessarily of like the beat by beat moments of that, right? But I want to know like from the human in you, like that within that tornado of the experiences and the dealing with the realities of what the behind the scenes actually are from all scopes. Like you got like literally like the fucking Harvard executive education in just being in the trenches.
Yeah.
That's real shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, just how was that for you? And what has that given you in the now? Because like this is a year span, right? Mm-hmm. But like, I just want to know like how that was for you and what that meant to you in terms of just kind of your positioning where you see it now. Because in essence, you've seen the world now, right?
In theory, I have. In reality.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm like a sponge to the game. So I've always been the youngest out of all the homies. Like I'm 24, turning 25 in April of next year. But I lived through the experiences that my friends have lived through because I've seen it with my own eyes, or because they educate me enough to be like, yo, don't do this, at least this way. You could do it, but like, let me tell you how to not.
Yeah.
You know, so like I've learned a lot through the how to nots more than the how to's. But that was my approach entering the world with Dre, is just because I knew that it was something new to me. So like I had to absorb everything. And he has a really good team. We have a really good team that like support us within Andre Power internally and then outskirting with Selection. But like Gerald Cooper is like a guru. He's like a mentor to me. So he just like I started working with Dre on like a creative tip, documenting everything, which I still do more or less, but it has transitioned into more of road management just because Gerald can't physically be there as much as I can. So that switch was a complete 180 for me because I had to go from like you
had to take the bullets.
Not take the bullets, but like
you just had to be on the front line.
Yeah, because like it's Dre's. Yeah, you know, like yo, Dre, do you have fun? Drink, get in your
the
vibe.
Bullets are happenstance. You just have to be on the front of everything.
Of course,
you get the hit.
Of course,
first,
me
always.
On the cam, I was there every shot. Let's go, let's take it.
Yeah,
you know, but now it's like I gotta secure his bag, and like I gotta secure my bag from that bag, and like. Got to make sure the show runs good, and like a lot of underlying things, which
you got to interact with a lot more people.
And take on a different type of responsibility.
And imagine that, me being me, like anxiety up like crazy. So like I had to learn how to be able to be looked as like that guy without really me knowing that I'm not that guy, especially me being young. Because like then it's also like when people find like the first thing like, oh shit, like you're a baby. Like I get that on a regular basis, you know, to the point where I just like agree with it, like duh, like, and I'm happy with it, you know. But that like transition really has molded me into like completely being confident enough with myself to be able to know like
you hit your arc.
Yeah, like my limitations, what I can do, what I should do, how to approach somebody on a business like standpoint. On a different standpoint, like how to put my foot down, how to make sure we're getting what we need, like how to make sure he's good, making sure that everything's looked after the fact, like following up with people, thanking people, like making sure that everything, we're leaving towns and checking into Airbnbs and catching on these flights all at the same time. So like time management is like
paramount as fuck.
Got it down packed, you know? So like it's really like shaped me into being a better me. Because I felt like I already was there, but like this really just like super sane shit. Like it was just like shiveled off like the little bits of like extra that like I didn't really need. Like, yo, stop being so sweet in these places. Like, yo, learn how to like voice your opinion here, so forth and so on. And I've adapted that into my own creativity and into my own businesses with my own clients. Because if I know that I can manage or road manage his life, like I should be definitely able to manage and handle like my own shit in a professional level, just because I know the lingo. Like I know like shit that I wasn't aware of, like net 30s and like W9s and like shit that like I was just like under the table cash shit, you know, and like there's right way to do things. And
absolutely,
I'm trying to do this shit the right way, you know. So like it's just helped all the way.
What's crazy is like there's a lot of people that wouldn't take on that responsibility and just be like, yo, that's not my lane.
Especially an introvert.
Especially an introvert. Especially someone who kind of like came to the game with a vision of exactly what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And now
it's complete opposite of what I've ever thought.
Exactly. It's like very, very like business and like hard line business, not like a creative role.
No, yeah.
It's like, did you ever like battle with that, or were you just jumping in and be like, look, I'm doing this because you see the bigger opportunity? Or were there ever times I was like, man, I don't know if
it's taking
I really
away from like my craft.
Yeah. Or is it adding to it? Like how'd you see that?
There's that, like I said, there's always that balance of remembering when your 2 feet are planted. And like in my mind, I do a lot more than what I'm actually doing. So to try and set goals and shit.
Yeah.
But like when I look at it, I had to find a way. So like I started something called In Between Cities because I'm fortunate enough through work to travel so much that I was like, well, I'll start this project for me. So while I'm traveling for Andre and or Selection or any other work gig, I can build content for myself as I'm doing whatever I'm doing, which I'm still able to do.
Awesome.
Doing what I do for Andre on a road management tip.
That's important.
Like I don't necessarily really, outside of like, and you have to, like I don't necessarily, maybe outside of photos, create content for Andre anymore. Like I've been blessed to like find homies in different cities, so when we land, it's just like, yo, I need you to shoot and like follow us around,
I
like,
feel
XYZ and like
awesome.
So like I'm
delegating
directing
that,
and you know, doing shit on that level, but it's helped me being able to brand myself in those kind of ways with those passion projects like that, like In Between Cities. So it has helped because I wouldn't be able to go to Jakarta or Tokyo or you know, Hong Kong or like places that we've been to just because of Dre. Like if it wasn't for Dre, I wouldn't have been able to. So
yeah, I mean, I think that's a huge part of like any type of success. Is it's easy to stay locked in on your vision, like, no, this is what I'm doing, this is all that I'm doing, and not be fluid with it at all.
Nah.
But that fluidity that you have to have, and that like versatility and being resourceful and just being able to like understand what an opportunity is, even if you feel like it may deviate from what you're actually, the task you're trying to do. But in the bigger picture of this, it's like just add value wherever you can add value. And that's going to ultimately add back to what you're trying to do.
Of course.
In the reality, it's not success, it's growth.
It is.
Yeah.
100%.
Well said.
And you know that you're doing something you love when you do it, even when you're not supposed to be doing it. And that's me with like when I travel with Dre. Not that I'm not supposed to be doing it, but like my responsibilities are like more than I have time for. But I still am able to create and document more than anything, whether it's for him, for me, for both of us. When I'm not even like, when I don't have my camera, like I'm on my I'm on my phone, like I'm still taking the videos. And I'll look through my shit like, why do I have so many fucking videos of the same shit, you know? But it's just like, it's just the natural thing, like that it's my instincts, you know? So it's like, it's me. Like I'm gonna do it no matter where I'm at, type of shit. Even if probably I was doing a 9 to 5, like I'd probably find time to hopefully on my lunch break at least go shoot for an hour or some shit like that.
Do you ever think about like what your bigger picture is?
Right now, I'm super focused on my 25th birthday. I've been working on a photo book, memoir-ish kind of thing, because there's a lot of writings and a lot of personal stuff that will probably be able to explain me more than I have in this interview or that anyone has ever heard from me. And I'm planning to do my first LA solo show alongside with it, and then drop a short film that I've been writing to as a gift to myself for my 25th birthday. So as far as like quote unquote long term, that's that. But
that's not even that long term.
Yeah, and it's not even that long term.
That's like in 4 months.
My birthday coming up. Like I got all this shit.
Like my 25th birthday, that's like you're 24 in like 3 quarters, bro.
It's just felt like a long time because I started on it when I moved out here. Like the day I left the crib. Like I have a folder.
You started on it when your mother birthed you. To be honest.
Real shit though, nah. Real
you know
shit.
what I'm saying? Like that's the beauty of that. Like it's a come to.
Yep. But that's my focus right now. That's what I'm really excited for, just to be able to show people kind of what I've been working on. And I'm planning to fly Mom Dukes, at least Mom Dukes out here.
Wow.
Just because I dedicated the book to her.
Wow.
So, yeah.
What was the inspiration behind that?
Just the process. So the book is entitled I Never Lied to You. which is dedicated to moms.
That's
but
fucking incredible.
It's just a physical, tangible representation of everything I've experienced and probably could ever gift my mom outside of like financial gain, that till date I feel like is my best accomplishment.
It's crazy because earlier you mentioned you're like, you want to give,
Yeah.
you want to have that moment with your mom or both your parents and be like, here, like, I wasn't the doctor, I didn't take over the business, but like, this is it.
That's what, like,
it's
not
real.
that it's not for my pops, because it is for him too, but like I said, like, my mom was that like American dream, like busted her ass, went to college, wanted me to take that route, and I want to just show her like, yo, like, I never lied to you when I said that I was gonna do what I was gonna do once I left your home.
What's crazy is that has like nothing to do with like your status or money or like professional success at all. Like, because when you initially said that, you know, you kind of interpret it as like most people, like, look, I'm going to do this and I'm going to come back after I've made it.
Yeah.
Right?
Tell them that, Raushi.
And no,
Tell them that.
it's
No,
true.
for real.
That's like
Yeah.
honestly how you said it. That's how I interpret it.
Of course.
I was like,
No, yeah.
all right,
I'll
when you're
hype
like a
man.
blown
I'll
up
hype
like
man.
LA's number one
Yeah.
photographer, like, you know, like, mom, come on.
Yeah.
Let's look at these hills in my house that I own.
Exactly. Like,
I'll let
oh,
you.
shit. I
I'm
know you gotta
Airbnb-ing
wait.
it to you, girl.
Straight up. I'm with Raushi in the Bronx right now, like, yeah. Hold on, you listen, you hearing this?
But no, so you interpret it like that, but it's cool to come to actually this point in what we're doing, and to hear like, no, I'm gifting her this thing that's a culmination of these last 25 years of my life, which I'm defining right now as my biggest accomplishment. I mean, that's a pretty powerful thing. And for you, is that accomplishment just because it's so crazy, it has nothing to do with status or money? I guess in your words, what is that biggest accomplishment?
I feel like it depends if you're asking me until this date, because definitely my biggest accomplishment, I mean, our biggest accomplishment is yet to come, but till date, I feel like my biggest accomplishment, at least, because as much as I didn't take the path of like doing what my parents want me to do, like, my biggest accomplishment is like making my mom happy. And when I FaceTime my mom in Tokyo and showed her like my photos being exhibited in like a foreign ass country, you know, let alone fucking Tokyo. Like, and seeing her happy and like, she was like, I can see that you're happy. Like, she told me like, you look good. And like I said, my mom doesn't, like, her affection verbally isn't really there. So like hearing her like say things like that, like, that really just like put like, I was like, all right, I'm at least in the right path, I hope. Cause
it's also that acceptance kind of from her, like, all right, you know, you took this non-conventional path, but like, I see you.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
with that same acceptance, it's also an understanding of them wanting you to be happy never had a definition. It's just being realized now. Right? The quintessential essence of like, I never lied to you, right? Or even that concept, right? It's beautiful how the chip on the shoulder is literally being cashed in and will continue to be, right? Invested and grow, right? But like the wildest shit is like that you could be unhappy in a career and a life path that they deem as like, wow, like my son is an accountant, right? And you're literally fucking cussing yourself out every day at work,
and miserable.
Right? But the fact that you took an unconventional path and it was beyond what it looked like. It was beyond, oh shit, like it could be something really dope and I can did it. It was for you, right? And literally, like every day that goes on, I'm literally gonna speak of you correct me if I'm wrong, but like every day that goes on, you're building on your prowesses. You are. Shout out to Kendrick, the extrovert introvert, right?
Yeah.
Like exactly. I feel like I always say I'm an introverted extrovert, right? Because there's a level of depth and questioning that you need to have to even be able to attempt to challenge your own pursuit.
Oh yeah.
So many of us tie in our value with how we feel other people see our accomplishments.
Yep.
Right?
Oh my God. Especially today and day, bro.
It's crazy. I was having a talk with my mom on that, like, on that talk, and it's crazy because it didn't come from me because my mom sunned me early on, right? And the wild shit is one of my friends that was doing work for my mom, like, was in a state in his life, and she knew of it. And he was also like in that moment, just like discussing, like, yeah, I can't wait to the day that, you know, I can buy my mom a house and all that shit and da da da. And this is my mom telling me this in response to that is, and she told me early on, like, forget about me, like, fuck buying me a house.
Yeah.
Right? Buy you a house.
Yep.
That house that you want to buy, like, it's you. I'm good. Right. Mm-hmm. And even in the state of like the homie, right, she was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Buy his mom a house, pay your rent first.
Exactly.
You trying to pay bills for the family? Like, do you first.
Of course.
And that's the essence of what parents want. Yeah. Right.
And the older I get, I realize it.
Yeah. And the beauty and how poetic it is because like it wasn't like I'm the first to go to college and I did all that and your being was crafted to be something extraordinary.
Yep.
And extraordinary isn't in the rule books. You feel me? And extraordinary is never defined fully. It's how it's perceived and believed, right? And now, and the beauty of you being 20, like in your route to 25 and how you feel it. Like you caught that young. You've had that, but like now it's being realized at such a beautiful moment. You know what I'm saying? You're a quarter century. You feel me?
It is, man. I'm blessed. Okay.
It's so gorgeous to see that because it's like, bro, like for somebody that was dealing with being so introverted, you continuously shown such a fearlessness to explore.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
that. Be
that.
curious, right? Understand your what you weren't comfortable with, but also know that you wanted to get past them and willingly put yourself in those scenarios. I'm going to cap this off with this, and I'm going to take it back like high school teacher Anushi. How are you, class? I'm your substitute teacher, Anush Moyne.
Mr. Moyne.
Yeah, this is AP. AP English Literature.
Chill.
Right?
Shout out to all the AP classes.
Put your fucking poem books away. We're not talking about haikus. This is merely a what it do. But I want to take it here. Instead of your biggest accomplishment is if you could write a letter.
Ooh.
We knew we were going there. It's cliche, but it's like, let him say the shit he say. You know what I'm saying?
Go there, Nushi.
If you could write a letter yourself, when you're literally doing cartwheels in your wheelchair, right? And just speak about how beautiful the journey actually was. Because as we live, there's responsibilities. The journey doesn't become as sensationalized as we see it. But like, if you can write back, and I'm not going to say deathbed, I say cartwheels on a wheelchair because I catch us reminiscing at that point. Course. I come through with the cognac, like, sliding through. Yeah. Mind you, we like 103, 102. Yeah.
Because technology has been lived that long.
If you could write, and I ask this because I feel like it's something that could be spoken. And I also ask this with a caveat of like, this isn't something that like is right or wrong. It's in this moment because of the idealist mind, right?
course.
You always have to be an idealist. As much as you're getting hardened and strengthened in different regards, and not only are you a shooter, but you can like literally manage the whole process. Not only you manage the whole process, you know the intricacies of all these relationships. What would you write to yourself then in regards to your history?
Man. If I had to answer that right now, just because I feel like answering
this
that,
is purely stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
There's literally no answer that could have been thought of.
Yeah, if I was there right now, like if this was, at 24, that was me right now.
Yeah. Hold on, should I pull up? Wes, should you get out of chest so I can scroll up to him real quick?
I knew she's pulling up with the hand rock. I hope that I think about the process as being one of the most beautiful things. I probably would look back and not believe, like if,
but like on the voice of "I told you so."
Yeah, no, that's
like, I don't want to like I would have hoped to like have achieved this shit. Like that's election speak.
No. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like I feel like the biggest thing that I would tell myself, like to laugh at myself, would be to like not second guess myself so much.
Yeah.
Because I promise that's like, and I know it's one of my biggest weaknesses, but like I be doubting myself too much. Like, and we all are our own worst critics, but like I feel like I really be hard on myself. Like I gotta be asking the homies like, yo, should I post this pic? And they're like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, or like, what should I hold for the book? Or like, what should I share? What shouldn't I? Like, I be so much into my head, and that's an introvert in me. Like, I don't want to share too much.
Yeah.
Because I want it to be impactful when
Absolutely.
it does really fucking hit.
Yeah.
But I know that I'll look back and be like, yo, you were bugging. Like, you should have let it go when you wanted to let it go. Because I'm almost positive, had I been as ballsy as I am right now today and date, a couple months, a couple years like back, like I would have probably been where I quote unquote want to be, or like whatever that may be. Because I would have taken more risks than the risks that I've already taken, and they're a lot. But I'm still, like I said, realistic, where I keep my 2 feet planted, and like the mom in me like comes in real quick and like, yo, like maybe I shouldn't do this, like, instead of like being like, yo, fuck it, risk it all. Like, let's bet it all on black. Let's see what happens. You know, like I would tell myself to not second guess myself as much. I would tell myself to definitely low key like communicate with those people that matter to me a little bit more. Yeah. Just because now thinking about shit like out of sight, out of mind, especially when it comes to like the fams, like you were asking me earlier, Joe, like I can do better at being a better brother more than anything right now, just because I'm really out of sight, out of mind with my shit. Like I feel like I'm so tunnel vision that it's hurting the people around me more than I'm realizing it. Yeah. And I don't fuck with it now that I'm thinking about it, because that's not me, because I preach love so much.
That's the beauty of this.
But outside of, I feel like those two things, and then I'd probably just laugh, bro. Like, yo, like you
for real,
like,
for
you
real
did all that. Like what? Like you
for real.
Fucking White House with your shoes off. Like,
for real.
What? But I'd be super happy. I'd be content, and I know that for a fact. I'd probably still be surrounded by the same people. So I'd probably still be shouting out the same homies and thanking them and shit. And I'd probably still preach to people to do what you got to do to follow your dreams. No matter
you better
the
believe
risk.
that.
No matter the risk. And I would hope that the 103-year-old in me still hasn't accomplished something and would write that down just in case it is that last letter. Like, yo, you never learned how to play the motherfucking piano, fucker. Like, you know, some wild fucking fact that like I've always wanted to do but never did.
And then on some Morgan Freeman, Jack Nicklaus shit, like literally like find the bucket list cat and be like literally Common comes through and just like playing the piano with you on some like thug shit. You know what I mean? He's 123. How do you get
Palm
there?
Springs, are you fucking with me?
Yo, for real.
Oh man, I don't know. Either Palm Springs or Greece. That's what I'm
for real.
When I retire.
I love that. Like, bro, like,
yeah, man.
Your journey is a blessing. You know what I'm saying?
Brother. Our journeys are blessings.
Our journeys
All
are
of our
blessings.
journeys are blessings.
Right.
We learn
And
from
whoever
each
the
other.
fuck is listening to this, your journey is a blessing.
Yo, please, please, please take that leap of faith. Like,
You know what I'm
if there's
saying?
something I can tell you, like, yo,
I'm glad hit me with that.
risk it all.
You set me
yo.
up. Yeah.
Just risk it all. Risk it
Yeah.
all. Like, bet on yourself more than anything. You know you more than anyone else. So if you fucking feel it in your gut that you can do it, do it. Like, yo, not even to share much, but I've been out of the country with a lot less funds than you'd probably ever think. Like, do what you gotta do and put yourself in the situation to experience things that life is meant for you to experience. Like, yo, I don't know how, but I know God, and He got us. So like, yo, just be good, do good, and good will come to you.
And if you're listening to this, just understand this fact to tie all this shit in. For real, for real. For real, for real. The hometown hero leaves the hometown.
Oof.
That's how he becomes the hero.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Let that sit. Because we sitting with one.
Wow.
Amen.
Wow. Yo, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Love. It was a fucking honor, for real.
God is love.
I'm finna do a backflip right now. My chubby ass doesn't know how to, you know what I'm saying?
God is love.
B-roll in this bitch.
Reverend. Yo, shout out to Anush, shout out to Joe, shout out to Mama, we made it. Shout out to my moms.
Yo, thank you, bro.
Shout out to your mom. Shout out to your pops.
Shout out to Pop. Shout
Shout
out
out to all your siblings. Shout out to the sandwich that you were put in. You know what I'm saying? In this family tree.
That's for
Yo,
sure.
facts.
Yeah,
shout out to
man.
my brother Wesley.
Shout out to Wesley.
Wes.
Yo, 2018, I'm going to just stay quiet, but 2018.
No, you're not. Like, this is my thing.
I'm going to stay quiet on this because 2018 is crazy.
Absolutely. You're a lion, motherfucker. Like, know that.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
And we
is
out of
great,
here.
bro.
All right, we out.
Love.
Father.
Bless. Mahalo.